still.
Well, it's almost dry. That's what he said. Good enough.
You know, dude, be a professional, Jimenez. Can you try that?
I mean, I love Mike Jimenez. I really do.
Well, I try to.
But he's one of those, he makes it difficult every time, right? He spills water and he blames you, Joe, for rushing him.
Yeah.
Right? There's like 3.5 minutes between shows. He knows his show is going to end. He reminds me of that guy. You know, most of us complain, you know, plane lands and it parks and the seatbelt light goes off and everybody stands up and you've got nowhere to go. Don't be the stand-up guy, right?
Now, wait a minute. I don't mind being the stand-up guy.
Well, but you're always in the aisle.
Right.
It's the aisle guy can stand up, but it's when the middle seat or window seat guy tries to get up to the aisle before it's his turn.
Well, who does that? Do you do that?
No, a lot of people do that though, and it just creates that congestion. But it's worse though. I was on a flight not long ago. Like the plane lands, and then the guy pulls out the little tray and starts to try to finish writing his emails. And now people are going by. I should be out now, but middle seat guy has decided he's got to send some email. Don't be that guy either. You know the plane is.
Wait a minute.
You know the plane's landing. Pack your stuff up and be ready to go when it's time. Michael Jimenez, you know when your show is ending. You know, unlike an airline, it ends at the same time. It lands perfectly on time every day. Be ready to go.
See, here's the deal that Jimenez doesn't get. During the last break of this show, or in between, right before the show's over, before the last segment, you and I pack up all our stuff.
Yes.
And so as soon as the show's over, we're out of here. And so Jimenez needs to do that because Spence gets out of here right away.
Absolutely.
No problem.
Spence has left the studio, put his stuff in the office, gone to the bathroom, come back, and Michael Jimenez still hasn't put his laptop away.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. Yeah, I try to love the guy. I really do. But he's hard to love. He's really hard to love.
Hard to love. Now we're back to doing something again. We did this before. James Pledger, help us out here. So we're back using video on what is this, Facebook and YouTube. Now, because of Michael Jimenez, we're a little late getting our videos going.
I have a feeling that's going to be every day.
Is that going to be a daily thing
now? Of course it is.
So now you get to see us again. I'm not sure who and why we decided to go back to this, but I see Vince Trevino's there saying hello. Ronald says Jimenez probably forgets his phone, but he's gone. That's typical too. That's typical.
Dude, the guy is, I don't know how he gets through life. Can you? The guy's a financial advisor. I wouldn't trust that dude with a penny.
Hey now. I mean, he could be good at it, at that, and he is good at that. But yeah, it's one of those things that you sit there and you go, all right. And now we've got lights in the studio, although Jimenez had a light on. I'm not sure why.
I'm not sure why this light's on. Pledge has got one on in there.
Why does Pledge have a light?
I have no idea.
For light? There's lights in the studio.
This thing's been here since the beginning of
it hasn't been on in months. I mean, do you think that light is making that much of a difference on how pretty you look on YouTube?
Yes.
Because it's doing nothing for Ryan Eagle.
Well, it's even bad because the glasses, you see the circle, right, going in there.
Which is why I don't use a light.
Well, it's the wrong mode.
He's got the wrong mode.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do, Minix.
Well, I'm a radio guy for a reason. I'm probably the one guy that isn't overly thrilled that we're back to video. Like Rudy J, he will do the show to the video. You ever host a show with him when there's video? He doesn't look at you. He looks at the screen.
I know it. It's like, Jason, did you know that the Dallas Cowboys might draft a tight end?
They might draft a tight end. No, don't draft a tight end. Lenora saying hello.
Hello,
and James
Lenora.
Pledger forgets about producing the show. He just plays to the camera the entire time.
I still don't know how to turn this light off.
You unplug the damn thing.
Well, yeah, that's I'd like to do that.
Just unplug it. Give me the light.
I don't know. Here it is. Hold on. I got all kinds of modes.
It's turning off a light. 101 with Joseph Reinagel.
Here we go. Look at that. We'll turn it down a little bit.
It doesn't help.
Yeah.
The glare is there. You could just move it away.
I could.
You could move it away.
See, I just all you guys with these, and not you guys, but you get Pledge over here, Jimenez, and they want to be TV guys.
Yeah. Chase Cole on YouTube says you should play some Fortnite to make it a real stream. I've never played Fortnite. I know what that means, but I don't know what that means.
Okay, Fortnite.
It's a video game.
Yeah. Is that like one of those kings and queens kind of thing? Is it? What is Fortnite, Pledge?
It's a first-person shooter. It's like playing Halo, just different version.
Yeah.
I have to lose my deal here, man. I tell you, I'm having a hard time with this stuff.
Well, are you still blaming Jimenez?
Here we go. Yeah, I am blaming.
You're gonna blame Jimenez for everything.
I'm like verklempt now. You know what I mean?
I told you this is a discombobulated start to the show. it just had a bad feeling when we walked in. First off, what did they order for lunch?
Oh, the onions. They ordered an onion.
Subway.
All right, but Subway, I've had a gazillion times with onions.
Yeah.
The lingering stench you don't normally get like this from Subway. Did he just order an onion sandwich
or extra onions? I'm wondering. Yesterday was okay,
but
right?
But it doesn't even feel like that sandwich was today. The onion stench in this room. What time did they eat lunch? 12:30, 1 o'clock?
Like right when they got in there.
Right when they got in there.
And it's still hanging on, like that sandwich is still in here somewhere.
It's almost like when you get into somebody's car and they had a burger 3 days ago and some of that fell in between the seats and it just kind of bowls you over.
But you ever know, notice, seriously, don't you hate that when you bring something home and that smell just stays in your car?
It's normally French fries.
It takes forever for that stuff to get out. Or like a pizza.
Yeah.
A pizza's really bad too.
But at the same time, I don't know what they had in their onions, but it shouldn't linger the way it's lingering.
They were fresh.
I don't know. I mean,
fresh onions.
It's lingering like a bad fart. I mean, it should not still be here. It should not.
Dude, a bad fart doesn't linger that long.
It should not smell this bad in here. And I heard them talking about it and thought, all right, it won't be that bad. It is.
It is that bad and worse. That's all right, though. We'll, I'll give those guys a little slack because their show starts right at lunchtime.
Okay.
So you got to eat.
What's wrong with 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
What's wrong with 11:30?
I don't know.
I mean,
it's a good question.
I know, like, if you and I were to fill in on that show, we would be grumpy because it would mess completely with our schedule. But that is their schedule. Don't you at some point learn how to work around your schedule?
Well, you would think so.
Would
but
think
then again, we're
like
talking about Jimenez and Spence.
It's not like they started the show yesterday and it's new.
We're talking about Jimenez and Spence. All right. Enough said.
Yeah.
That's it.
Are you a guy that eats on a schedule?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily because it depends. Today, for example.
Okay.
Get back from the gym.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So I'll eat then. That's like 9:30. And so then I may not eat lunch and maybe just go get like a Smoothie King.
Sure.
And then wait for dinner. So it just depends on how hungry I am and what I'm doing.
My eating schedule's been off. And it's
so you're on a schedule?
Well, I'm not on a schedule. I'm just hungry, right? But you know, now that the weather's better and it's light out when we get home, I'm back to the routine of I get home, walk, and then we have dinner. Because I know that if I get home, we eat dinner, and I start watching whatever, I'm not going for a walk.
Right.
So get home and immediately change and go for a walk. And we do at least a mile a day. And then you go about your day. And then Joanna has mixed in, and I used to do these a lot right after I had weight loss surgery years ago, these meal replacement shakes called Lean One.
Yeah.
And so we're back to that. So
Well,
I'll
that's
have
good.
well, except for they're not filling me up the way they used to. So about 10:30, I'm starving. So I'll have breakfast at 10:30, and then lunch rolls around, and I'm not really hungry.
Right.
And then, about midway through the show, I'm starving and snacky. Right.
Well, yeah.
Now,
yeah.
like today, my lunch, because I went to Sam's, was Sam Samples. So I had a little bit of a taco and a chicken strip, and I was good. But, I know by the time the show is over, I'm going to be starving because the meal replacement shake really isn't doing its job the way it used to. And I don't know if there's something different about it or if I'm just different.
I'm a little disappointed to hear that. You went to Sam's and I didn't get a phone call.
Well, because the last couple of times I called you, you said you didn't need anything. So I quit calling.
Well, then you probably should assume that I did.
What?
I needed something.
Oh.
Here's the problem, though. We were in Sam's on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I forgot.
Oh.
So but I said, Joanna or Jason will be in there.
Yeah.
They'll give me a call.
Well, you should have seen. I totally failed today because I text my wife, "Yeah, I'm going to Sam's." And she sends me this long ass list. Crap. And then it was like, well, I can't get that because I'm going straight to work after that. And then she drops if you only had an insulated trunk organizer.
Then it would be okay.
Yeah, well, like AARP told me I needed
That's right.
that when I turned 50.
Yeah, they did.
And I laughed at them.
Now, does she have one?
No.
Oh.
No. But of all days, it's like, no, I can't get that. I can't get that. I can't get that. But, and I don't drink coffee. And she said she needed her coffee. And whatever she sent me, I could not find. And so I'm taking pictures of all the coffee and they're saying, what the hell am I supposed to get? Because you can't get the wrong one.
So it's just, well, you can't. I mean, that's absolutely true.
You cannot get the wrong one. I'd rather not get than get the wrong one. But what she said she wanted, which was some medium roast thing, they didn't have.
Everybody's got medium roast.
There was nothing. Well, first off, the Folgers medium roast, which look at all these pictures of coffee I have on my phone.
Dude, look, let me give you a little advice.
There's something called Black Silk. That wasn't it. Classic roast. Something else I can't even pronounce. And so I'm texting her these pictures like, which one? Just get the classic roast. All right, cool. But if I'd have got the classic roast and it doesn't say medium roast, I'd be in trouble.
Look, we've had this discussion before, but it's worth having again. Costco is better than Sam's.
Well,
no, it is. It is. Okay, it is. It's like Sam's is like the generic version of Costco. It
you sound a little bit more uppity.
I'm just saying. The Costco brand coffee, medium roast, is delicious.
Were you talking about like Kirkland?
Yeah, I guess it's Kirkland.
She generally gets whatever the HEB, pure San Antonio, whatever blend.
See, I don't like that one.
Well, this is Folgers. It's not that complicated, right?
Well, it is because there's a different taste.
Well, but that's why I couldn't just grab one. And when you don't buy coffee and you don't drink coffee, and I generally don't buy coffee. And now all of a sudden I'm in this coffee aisle. Do you know how many rows of different coffees there are?
Because coffee's a popular drink.
It's confusing. Well, not confusing.
Confusing.
But when you're looking for something specific and you can't find it, it's there. See it now. Back to your uppity. I have Costco and I have Sam's. See, Sam's has the tobacco that I use. And they have 5-Hour Energy.
True.
Costco does not.
They do not. And I'm a little disappointed in that.
Yes.
But everything else is better.
But Costco has my Traeger pellet. Sam does not. So, it's a combination of both.
Well, I just order mine from Amazon. Traeger pellets.
It's different.
No, they're not.
It's different.
It says Traeger.
Well, look, you can buy Traeger pellets at Home Depot. You can get them all kinds of places.
Right.
But the Costco one, it's a bigger bag by almost double for the same $19.
Right.
and it's a resealable bag.
Well, I don't reseal it. I've got a container that I dump it in.
See, Traeger suckered you into buying a
No,
$35 bucket that should
It-
only cost you $3.
It wasn't Traeger.
Uh-huh.
I went and just got
Oh, you got a generic
plastic, got a
bucket?
generic one.
Ah,
Works just fine. Has wheels on it.
real.
So I can
wuss.
roll it out to the Traeger. It's perfect.
You
Little
such
scoop in there.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Perfect. It's outstanding. Works just great.
Resealable bag.
I got a
18
resealable wheeled container.
for your $19. Mine is $19. I get an 18-pound bag. You get a 10-pound bag, and I get a resealable bag.
Dude, I don't cook every day.
Well, you
3
should.
times a day.
You should.
I cook on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just fine.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go across the street, the store, you know what I'm talking about, and get those little pans
Oh,
the other
yeah?
day. Because I'm getting
Did
ready
you
to
go over
cook.
the barbecue outfitters?
Yeah, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Barbecue guys, I thought it was. Is that
Yeah.
what it was? Whatever
yeah.
it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. I'll tell you the name of the
So
place.
the
You went
dude-
and saw Rick over there at Barbecue
Yeah,
Outfitters.
so the dude tells me, yeah, I said, hey, y'all sell those trays for the Traeger? And he goes, yeah. He goes, oh, you finally got one, huh?
Uh-huh.
You didn't buy it from me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, man, it's getting late. I got to go. You
But
got
I'm
those
getting the
trays?
trays here.
There you go. Next best thing. Ah, my goodness.
Mm-hmm. Was he mad at you?
I don't think so.
All right, good.
He sold me the little trays, and
Mm-hmm.
I said, happy Easter.
Guessing the
and we-
commission's not quite the same.
Probably not.
Trays to the entire grill. That's part of it.
You know,
That's part of
people have great memories around here. You know, they know what you said 6 months ago.
Welcome to radio.
They know what kind of, you were looking at a Traeger
Uh-huh.
a year ago
Uh-huh.
in the store.
Yeah.
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 Great memories.
Mm-hmm. It's part of it.
What are you going to do?
You know, we've got to maybe apologize to Zach Collins.
Oh, wow.
I will do that coming up. I'll explain. That paper cut, it was serious.
Uh-huh.
Serious. But he's doing well after surgery. We'll explain as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, let me tell you about my friends over at NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse. They're on Calabria Road. Your one-stop for accessories, upgrades, extras for your car, truck, Jeep, or SUV. NAW has a fully stocked selection of toolboxes for all makes and models, diesel tanks, bumpers, grill guards, light bars, and so much more. And you're going to love their low prices on brands like Undercover truck bed covers, WeatherTech floor liners, and Steelcraft bumpers. They even have great deals on scratch and dent options. You go over there into that big red building on Calabria and you become family, because that is what it is. A family-owned business that has been going strong since 1978. Frank Ashley and the crew over there run a very much low-pressure sales environment. You're going to leave with what you need. At NAW, they have products that last and aim to make work and life easier. NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse, 3027 Calabria Road, or go to their website, nawtruck.com.
From the George Salinas Personal Injury Attorney Studios, you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I was in a terrible accident with a commercial vehicle. I had to have surgery on my back. My life was turned upside down and I was completely screwed. Then I called the Force, the Davis law firm. Jeff personally handled my case. After expenses and attorney fees, I received $397,988. It's really true. Jeff was here for me.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you were injured by a car or large truck, call me at my San Antonio office at 444-4444. That's 444-4444. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Soft water equals soft skin. Hard water, hard skin. And hard, dry, cracked skin is torture. If your skin feels like this, that's hard water. A water softener isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And it feels so good. A Kinetico water softener will give you that ultra soft skin. Your hair will be silky smooth, fixtures will sparkle, cleaner laundry, and 24 hours pure soft water. So many homeowners all over San Antonio and the Hill Country enjoy the benefits of Kinetico soft water, and you can too. A Kinetico is 80% more efficient than other models, uses no electricity, and has fewer moving parts than other brands, and no computer to worry about. Call Chris Knippa with Kinetico Quality Water Softeners, Kinetico. Make your skin go from to 656 Pure, 656 Pure, or online at KineticoSA.com.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656 Pure Kinetico.
Get Macy's lowest prices of the season on everything you need for spring, like 50 to 60% off suits, blazers, and pants from his favorite designers. Buy more, save more during the great shoe sale. Get 40% off 2 or more pairs, 30% off 1 pair. And get 30 to 70% off fine jewelry during our diamond sale. Plus, download the free Macy's app today for even more lowest prices of the season. Savings off sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
This is your captain. You may have noticed my new haircut on your way in. Wanted to look my best. Got the new passport photo taken at Staples. In and out in 10 minutes. And while I'm there, I can grab travel-sized body wash. Maybe a shower cap. Don't want to mess up the new do.
Staples has everything you need to travel. 10-minute passport photos, luggage, headphones, even personal travel items. And now at Staples, get 20% off your in-store purchase when you buy any travel service. Get all set to jet and save at Staples. Offer ends 4/29. In-store only. Exclusions apply.
Tomorrow on R&R in the morning, play-in playoffs continue. We'll get you ready. RJ Ochoa joins us at 8:30 looking at the boys. Now back to the Blitz. They're going to work a full day, but they're only hardly working.
Actually, Rob, we're out at 6:30 for Rangers baseball. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Apparently, we're back live on YouTube and on Facebook.
That's pretty interesting, isn't it?
So is that connected through, if you go to ESPNSA.com, you can then go over to the YouTube page or find our Facebook page? Is there a button?
Just search ESPN San Antonio.
Okay. Glad we're making it easy for the people.
Search ESPN San
Because I
Antonio.
have no idea. Nor that I know we were doing this. We got an email about 11:30. It says, hey, we're back to using
we're
video.
Back. We're back on. I'd have worn my good clothes.
You're such a...
I'd have put a tie on and a jacket. And
you're such a liar.
Back. No, I actually like this shirt. It was a freebie.
It's a great Dallas Cowboy
from
shirt.
the good folks at Miller Lite.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. I guess I owe Zach Collins an apology.
You do. You really do.
Because I've given this guy a lot of crap for missing a game because of a paper cut.
I tried to tell you.
You tried to tell me what?
I tried to tell you Zach Collins wouldn't miss a game because of a paper cut.
Well, I mean, he did. Missed a couple games. But apparently, according to Tom Osborne of the San Antonio Express News, he's had surgery on the finger because the cut got infected.
Wow. No, why would you have to have surgery if it got infected?
I don't know.
That's a good question, right?
I mean,
wouldn't you just put a little like Neosporin on it?
It got infected. I thought Neosporin would have kept it from getting infected.
You know, I don't know.
But
that's a great question.
According to Tom's article at My SA and the Express News, a minor cut turned into somewhat of a major headache for Zach Collins. The Spurs center underwent surgery Saturday after a laceration on his left hand became infected. Surgery took place in San Antonio after the Spurs sent Collins home from Austin after his finger became swollen following the win over Portland on Thursday, in which he had 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. Quote, all the bad stuff is out of it now, so now I just have to recover from the operation, Collins said Wednesday. They had to numb me up pretty good. I wasn't completely out, but I was pretty loopy and couldn't feel anything. They went in and pretty much flushed out all the infected stuff that was in the finger, and now it's just healing.
So I guess they had to cut his finger open.
He was released from the hospital Sunday morning. The surgery was Saturday. I mean, that sounds as outpatient as it becomes, but bill the insurance companies. He got a night stay at the hospital.
So what are you saying? I mean, Zach Collins might be a little, I don't know, a little soft.
I mean, no, I mean, he says, quote, "It was ridiculous. I was in the hospital overnight. It was just so much for something so small. It was crazy."
That does sound crazy.
Now, he does say he's unsure how his finger was cut. Maybe he suggests that somebody's nail cut his skin when they were both going for a ball. One theory is the ball hit the finger so hard that it separated skin.
Come on. That didn't happen.
And it was reported as a paper cut.
Well, it could have been a fingernail cut, and then you could see where the infection would come in.
Do we not wash our hands in the NBA anymore? I thought that was a COVID rule. Like we all got really good at washing our hands.
Well, I don't know the habits of NBA players and their bathroom adventures.
I mean, the most detail we've gotten is from Charles Barkley on why he travels with his own soap. But
well, sure.
I mean, dude, that paper cut, he missed 3 games because of it, but had to have surgery on his finger. I've given him a lot of crap. I apologize, Zach. Apparently, that was a much more serious injury than I thought.
Well, maybe Zach's bathroom habits are not like they should be.
Careful.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I mean,
careful.
If a finger, because a little Neosporin always does the trick, right?
Unless it doesn't.
Yeah, well, it does usually. I would like to see the scar. I would like to see the scar. I want to talk to Zach Collins.
I mean, send up the bat signal. I mean, is it on Zach?
I don't know.
Medical staff. I mean, I mean, to think about a paper cut or even somebody else's nail cutting you, a little small nothing on your finger swells up really bad and you have to go get surgery. It sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean,
but
it really does.
As much crap as I gave him for missing a game or 3 because of a paper cut, if he had to have surgery on that thing because it got infected, all right, now I understand why you missed some games.
I guess surgery technically is correct, right? But I mean, if you cut your finger open and then just squirt it out with whatever they did to get the infection out of it, is that technically surgery?
He spent the night.
Dude, I don't care. I don't know why.
There was
maybe a nurse had a crush. I don't know.
There was anesthesia involved.
Well, I hope so. I mean, that'd be painful, right? I mean,
oh, yeah.
Well, couldn't they give a couple of shots in the finger and deaden it like the dentist?
I mean,
that's why there's a lot of unanswered questions here. We need Zach Collins to give us a call and let us know what happened exactly.
So you think that there's a lot more to this than what's in the article than the Express News?
I do. I think there's an untold story here. Because look, dude, nobody has surgery on a finger.
Zach Collins did.
Well, I don't know.
It's made the newspaper.
We're
talking about it on the radio.
Tom,
overnight stay because of a cut on your finger.
And Tom Osborne is a pretty honest dude. So
he's a dogged reporter, man. He's going to get the details.
I just I have some questions. That's all.
Do you really?
I really
I
do.
mean, they had to numb me up pretty good. So it's almost like the dentist. But I was pretty loopy and couldn't feel anything.
So I must have given him a little cocktail.
Yes.
Of pills. Huh. Okay. I got questions.
Paper cut.
I got questions.
Paper cut.
Mm-hmm. And obviously it didn't matter whether Zach played or not. So sounds like he's going to be fully recovered for next season.
I mean,
geez, I hope so. Is there rehab involved in this?
I'm sure there is.
What little finger workout? Woo! Jeez. Get started, Zach. No vacation for you.
Well, he's got to let the finger heal.
So do they put stitches in there?
Dude, I don't know.
Or do they just glue it?
I told you what it says.
A lot of times.
I mean, you can read too.
Well, does it say how they stitched them up, or was it glue?
It doesn't say.
I'm just thinking it was probably glue.
All the infected stuff in the finger was flushed out.
I'm thinking glue.
An overnight hospital stay.
That's crazy.
Doesn't say what hospital. Doesn't say what finger doc did the work. If it was a specialist or just the dude that was on call.
They could have. Could have called anybody for that, right? Hey, just cut him open and squirt it out.
Just gross.
I'm just shoes.
I mean, yeah, something like that.
I got questions.
Well,
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just get well, buddy, for next season. That's all.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
we need you healthy.
All them fingers intact and fully functional. But Zach, I apologize.
These kids today, I'm going to tell you.
Finger cut.
Miss
game. Infected. Surgery. Overnight hospital stay.
That may be a first. You're going to have to ask your wife if there's ever been a guy or a girl come in with a paper cut that required surgery.
Things get infected all the time.
I know they do.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at the overnight hospital stay because, my wife's job at the hospital is to get your ass out of there.
Right.
I mean, that's her. Get you home, get you out, turn the bed.
You got a little homework tonight. I seriously, you got to ask Joanna if she's ever had anybody come in for a surgery on a paper cut.
I've heard about a lot of weird things that needed operating.
Well, I had two, but those were self-induced.
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. You talk about a bad infection, the one that's really going to gross you out. I've heard about the two different versions, especially for people that sleep with your mouth open. One time this person came in, had a big old thing on their tongue. It was infected, and they cut it open, and all these little baby spiders came running out of there because spider got in there and I guess laid some eggs. Same thing happens with roaches. Roaches get in the ears too, and lay eggs. Yeah. But I don't think those require overnight hospital stays.
I'm not sure they do.
They gross you out and you send you home.
You spray a little Raid in the ear and it's gone.
It's exactly.
It's
exactly what they do. My goodness. Hey, the NBA play-in games got going last night. If you stayed up late, you saw one hell of a finish to a Lakers game. We'll dive into that as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me tell you about Noble Gold Investments and their website, noblegoldinvestments.com. Gold is the most stable asset outside of any government control. Gold and other precious metals have stood the test of time and can help you diversify your portfolio. Physical assets like gold and silver have weathered countless financial storms, and at Noble Gold Investments, they're going to teach you how to protect against the market fluctuations. Learn how investing in precious metals help guard against inflation, hedge against the dollar, and so much more. At Noble Gold Investments, they help protect your financial future by offering a secure and convenient way to invest in physical precious metals, rare coins, or a gold and silver IRA. The founders of Noble Gold have secured more than $1 billion in precious metals for their clients. So go to noblegoldinvestments.com and use promo code STAR to get a free 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin with each gold or silver IRA if you qualify. Go to the website, noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com.
Sports Center.
We had some afternoon baseball today. It was the Houston Astros in Pittsburgh. They took care of the Pirates. In fact, shut them out 7-0. Texas Rangers go for a 3-game sweep tonight against the Kansas City Royals. First pitch is at 7:05, but you can catch that game right here on your home for Texas Rangers Baseball, San Antonio Sports Star. It all starts at 6:30 with the pregame show. We're going to be talking play-in basketball when the Blitz continues. Next.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/moving forward.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Are you working way too hard for way too little? There's never been a better time to consider a career in IT. You could enjoy a recession-resistant career in a rewarding field with plenty of growth opportunities and often flexible work environments. Go to My Computer Career and take the free career evaluation. You could start your new career in months, not years. Take classes online or on campus, and financial aid is available to qualified students, including the GI Bill. Now is the time. MyComputerCareer.edu.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive.
Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza.
I sure hope he brought the Pepto.
Mike knows the Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie.
The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol. When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates, it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Tens of thousands affected by the toxic water at Camp Lejeune are left with death, cancer, dementia, birth defects, and other serious illnesses. And along with the harm, so many worries. Call James Harris Law, the experienced, trusted law firm that can get you significant compensation while protecting all your VA benefits. Call our Camp Lejeune legal helpline now. Call 800-396-3737. 800-396-3737.
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing and me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new plan. Nothing is every day.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and your lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, you could achieve 90% clearer skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Ribs, burgers, chicken. Submit what you grilled or smoked, and you could win a $50 gift card from Tri-County Meat Market.
So good and tasty.
Grilling with the Blitz. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. You can always get us on Twitter at Joe Reinagel210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. You can always dial up or text the Kia Bosses Smoke Meats phone lines 210-656-ESPN. That's 656-3776. I know Abraham did that with a great gift that's got Olivia Newton-John's Let's Get Physical now playing in my head because it's a guy rehabbing his finger next to a lady who's dressed like Olivia Newton-John in said video.
Dude, how do you find stuff like that? The internet is unbelievable.
It really is.
Right? I mean, you just search and you find that, a finger workout with weights.
Well, and again, apologies to Zach Collins. He missed a game or 3 because of a paper cut. Apparently it was much more than that. Had to have surgery on it, and he's now rehabbing his finger.
I still have questions.
I mean, it's a paper cut. If you don't have Neosporin, you just pour a little alcohol on there, it's going to be fine.
What's that? It's a hydrogen peroxide
Sure,
or whatever?
or whiskey, whatever you have available to you. It all works. Speaking of, Friday, we're going to be live out at Texas Cheer Liquor number 3, Highway 90 and Montgomery. 3 to 7, we'll be out there. Free samples, lots of prizes. Texas Cheer is also going to raffle off a couple of bottles. So we'll see you Friday at Texas Cheer Liquor Store number 3. Again, Highway 90 and Montgomery. The play-in games last night, I was going to say great to watch competitive, good basketball. Although I don't know that I could say that it was good. I mean, a bit of a surprise with Atlanta beating Miami. And I say a bit of a surprise. All 17 ESPN experts picked Miami to win that game.
That's incredible.
Charles Barkley lost $1 billion on that game.
But I think because of Spoelstra and those 3 guys, because for me, the wild.
So they already got by tonight.
Yeah, they're gonna beat the Hawks. Come on, the Hawks stink.
Bet it.
Bet it, whatever you want to.
Okay.
$1 billion.
Oh.
Okay. No, Ernie, because
See, now, if his co-host was Joe Reinigle, that guy would have been calling this morning or last night trying to collect on that $1 billion.
Well,
it's a little bit more than a beer bet. It's $1 billion bet.
Speaking of that, I'm just wondering, it's Wednesday.
Okay.
So
what's your point?
By the weekend?
There was no timetable on when I had to pay this off.
Dude, that's how you are. I see how it is.
What
Don't ever make a bet with Jason
What did
Minnick.
we say the other day?
What did I have my bottle the next day?
What did we say the other day?
I don't remember.
Friday, we're at Texas Cheer Liquor. You're going to get it then so you can start your weekend.
I'm just curious.
So there was no urgency.
Making sure you remembered.
I don't forget.
Dude, Barkley, first of all, obviously, and I don't think I'm telling anybody anything, he doesn't have $1 billion. Neither does Shaq, even though they're probably pretty close.
Well, Shaq is.
Yeah, Shaq, God, he owns everything, doesn't he? But Barkley's lucky he didn't take him up on that bet.
Yeah.
As it turns out, now you would have had to have some big time eggs to say yes. Well, I'll bet you $1 billion.
Sure.
But
do we shake on it? I mean, because Shaq is trying to collect.
Oh, I'm sure that's going to be a joke the next time that they're, because I think ESPN has the games tonight, so it won't be on TNT until Friday. But
and the Lakers win last night in a game they played crap.
Lucky.
Now, and again, while Joe might try to misquote me or poorly interpret what I said, of all the play-in teams, I think the Lakers have the ability to make the longest run. I never said go to the finals. I never said win the finals or any of that, like Joe tried to accuse me of saying. But I do think when healthy, damage in the postseason of the play-in teams, right?
Look, they're fortunate to still be alive.
They are.
I mean, my gosh, dude. If Rudy Gobert plays in that game and they play any kind of now, look, the Hawks had some trouble scoring the basket, or the Timberwolves had trouble scoring the basketball.
In that fourth quarter was awful.
Right. But if you got Gobert in there, who is a hell of a defensive player, then possibly the Lakers don't make it all the way back.
Do you give the Lakers credit? Because that run late, that was an impressive way to erase a double-digit lead and what should have been a great game-winning shot and a great play by LeBron to pass out. You knock down the three, game should be over. But, of course, Anthony Davis fouls on the three, and Conley hits down those 3 free throws, and overtime was, But that was an impressive fourth quarter by the Los Angeles Lakers. First half, You could have written their obituary, man. That team seemed dead, although they would be playing on Friday night with a chance to still get in. But just, you're right. They're fortunate to get that win. Congratulations, you get the Grizzlies. But the idea of that game last night, it wasn't bad basketball, although it wasn't bad basketball in the fourth quarter. The first three were awful, hard to watch.
Yeah, it was. It was. And look, the first game, I saw it straight through. I watched off and on with the Laker game, but I watched the Hawks because I wanted to see DeJounte Murray. Hadn't seen him play in a while, so I wanted to see that, and I wanted to see how Trae Young would respond to all the rumors that are going around that the Hawks are trying to dump him. And man, played well. Both of those guys played well. I mean, the whole team did. And it was good to see Quinn Snyder, who had a pretty good game plan for a team that I didn't know this until after the game, had lost 7 in a row in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And so for them to bounce back like that, I thought was pretty good. Look, they've got the Celtics coming up, and they probably won't last long, but it drives me nuts. I mean, I get DeJounte Murray is acting the way he's acting, but dude, that guy is going to be a star in this league. And it irritates the hell out of me that he's now wearing a Hawks uniform. I don't understand. I still don't get it. And then we're going to have to watch him and Derek White on the floor at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
We get to watch, Jakob Poeltl tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I will never understand.
Chicago and Toronto tonight, Oak City and New Orleans without Zion. Both games televised on ESPN. Both games you can listen to over on AM 1250. Unintended consequences. We're seeing the first of the speedier baseball games.
Yeah.
But as a fan, you win.
It's a good thing.
We'll dive into that as we continue here on the Blitz. Now, if you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. Need your logo on a nice golf shirt or a fishing shirt? Go see Sam. He's got all the big name brands: North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, to name a few. If you need T-shirts screen printed, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need caps, Sam has over 12,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom right now, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps. If you need uniforms, Sam has over 700 uniform lines to choose from all kinds of industries: medical, restaurant, construction, schools, leagues, just to name a few. Nobody has better prices. Sammy has all the big name brands, and he's the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. No order too big, certainly no order too small. Call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing at 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro. It is 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website samsembroidery.com for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's R&R in the morning, tomorrow at 6.
Tomorrow on R&R in the morning, we're joined by RJ Ochoa, blogging the boys at 8:30.
Play-in playoffs continue. We'll get you ready. The party starts at 6.
R&R in the morning, tomorrow at 6 on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star.
Texting enrolled you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message data rates may apply.
Nice run. It's great being back out on the mountain. You sort of disappeared for a while. Everything okay? Between you and me? Yeah, the doc told me once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone, and that can make it harder to stay in shape. That's why I started taking Nugenix Total T. It's made a huge difference. Oh, I've seen that on TV. Is it for real? For sure. It's the #1 doctor-recommended testosterone booster. It boosts free and total testosterone levels to help you get back to drive and energy from your youth. My wife, my boss, my kids, everyone has noticed a change in me. Do they still give out complimentary bottles for people to try for themselves? Yes, just send them a text.
Guys, text HATCH to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone brand at GNC and Walmart. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back in shape fast, absolutely free. Text HATCH to 321-321. That's HATCH to 321-321.
The Golf Club of Texas has some of the best course conditions with the friendliest staff. The golf is great. They have a lighted driving range and practice area. While it feels like a country club, it's not a private club. It's it's open to the public, so bring the family into the 10 Cup Bar. It's the nicest sit-down restaurant in that area of SA, specializing in Texas food, wine, and spirits. For golf or dinner, go to Golf Club of Texas off Highway 90, online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
The only gun show left in San Antonio returns to the Shriner Auditorium, 1604 in Blanco. Can't make it this weekend? This Friday, Texas Gun Shows is open 4 to 7 p.m. and 10 to 5 Saturday and 10 to 4 Sunday. Texas Gun Shows, Shriner Auditorium, this Friday through Sunday.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Pennzoil Platinum can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP Extended Life Oil Filter for only $37.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagel210. You can tweet at me, at Jason Minix. So we're 10, 11 games into the Major League Baseball season.
Yes.
Games are finishing about 31 minutes faster than they have in the past. That's great. That's what Major League Baseball wanted. Except we all know that they really want is a lot of money. The concession stand sales, they noticed very quickly, weren't what they should be.
Well, beer in particular.
Well, it's a faster game.
Sure.
So 4 teams, including the Texas Rangers, who play at home tonight with the roof open, they're extending beer sales into the 8th inning now.
Yeah, normally they'd cut it off in the 7th inning.
Yep.
Now they're going to the 8th inning. Why don't they just leave it open? I mean, seriously.
At some point, they got to count the money.
Well, they can do that after the game.
Well, they got hourly employees. They're trying to get off the clock. I don't know. I always thought that the beer sales ended at a certain time with the idea of either you're finishing your drink or you're not getting one before you leave the stadium and get in your car. You know, that whole... We don't want to overserve you. We don't want to be responsible.
I mean, you can have all you want for 7 innings.
Well, absolutely. But that last one in the 8th inning, right before you leave.
That's the one that puts you over the top.
Well, they're hoping you're responsible and mix in a water at that point for $8. But
the problem is, if that game goes into extra innings, you're screwed.
Well,
you got a hangover by the time the game's over.
Well, I mean, and there have been games, long games, 15, 16, 17 inning games where you know. And there are parts of every ballpark now that you can go get alcohol after the 7th inning. And not just the club areas and the suites, which they never cut off that, but there are parts in restaurants that are in there that will continue to serve. But I do find it interesting that very quickly they said, we got to fix this.
We're not making as much money as we did last year. Why is that?
Let's just add beer drinking for another inning.
I think it's awesome. That's great. And again, it's, you know, just extend it through the whole thing. Dude, I'm going to tell you real quick.
Here we go.
Drunkest I ever got was at the Astrodome in Houston. I mean, this is many years ago.
Now, I've seen you have some pretty good nights that might qualify top 5. So I can't imagine what you were like at the Astrodome many, many years ago.
Well, hear me out.
All right.
Doubleheader.
Uh-huh.
They didn't cut off beer sales then. This is 30 years ago, dude.
Okay.
So it was a doubleheader.
Mm-hmm.
The first game goes into extra innings.
Okay.
So it was really like a triple header.
Okay.
Because then I'm talking extra innings. It went 18. And then we had another one after that.
Are you remembering that correctly?
I remember that correctly.
Right, so 30 years ago.
At least
30 years ago.
Uh-huh.
You had to go into that game with a pocket full of cash then.
Uh-huh.
To have that many beers through basically 3 games, because that was probably before you could pay for everything with a credit card at concession
exactly.
stand.
Right. They had no credit cards then.
Or ATM machines.
Dude, we're going to a ball game. It was a double header. I was prepared. I'm no amateur.
Would you take a loan out? I mean,
I'm not an amateur.
This is before you had a big boy job. Are you kidding?
Beer back then wasn't $10-12 a cup, right? It was probably $5-6, and we probably were bitching about that.
You were.
Exactly.
Still do.
But I'm just saying, man, because you could keep going. It was like they didn't cut it off back in those days. And we had a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
So much. They didn't have Uber back then either, by the way.
You think.
They did have cabs, and after we couldn't find the car, we took a cab back to the hotel. So maybe I changed the rule. I don't know.
Well, we can't serve that Rheinagel anymore.
My picture's
His
up on
car was the only one left in the parking lot, and that dude couldn't find it.
Every concession stand's got my picture on it. No, it was me and a guy by the name of Russell Scott.
Oh,
you remember Russell?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Russell Scott.
Russell Scott used to work at the radio station back when I did. See, that's how long ago it was.
Well, see,
I was here at the radio station.
2 + 2 is now 4.
Yeah.
Russell Scott bought all that beer, not Joe Rheinagel.
He may have.
I know Russell Scott. He did.
He bought a bunch of them.
Uh-huh.
I remember that. That was
Russell Scott.
Yeah.
He's doing really good
dude,
up in Dallas, working at TCU in their RTF program.
Absolutely.
Good guy.
Very good guy.
He hired me for my first radio job.
Well, he hired me too.
Yeah.
Well, not my first radio job, but to bring me from New Braunfels to San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did traffic when I first started here, because KTSA was doing live traffic reports. They were trying to get away from that, the Metro.
Yeah. The old traffic system that was called Metro traffic.
So we were doing our own live traffic reports.
So were you U-turn Laverne?
No. I was Joe Rheinagel. They tried to get me to change.
Get some cheesy.
They tried to make me change my name, especially Drex back in the old KTFM days.
You never had any fake radio names?
Never did. No, I refused.
Mm-hmm.
And here I am today, back in radio. Still don't have a cheesy name.
I've had 2.
Give me one of them.
Well, it was Jay Miles on KZ 104 back in the day.
Jay
when it
Miles.
Was classic rock.
Uh-huh.
And when KTFM was on 102.7 or 103.3 back in the day.
Uh-huh.
103.3 or I think it was 103.3. I was Layden Stone. Layden.
Uh-huh.
Stone.
Dude, who made that up?
Cliff Treadway.
I remember Cliff. Wow.
Yep.
Those were the days.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, okay, it's time for the break.
Yeah, we got 5 seconds to bail out of this one. OBJ's Incentives. We'll dive into that next on the Blitz.
From the George Salinas Personal Injury Attorney Studios, this is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville. KTFM Floresville. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, Bryce Young did indeed go to Houston today and meet with the Texans. Of course, he enters the draft with a lot of concern about his size, but he's met with a few teams and will be drafted high, I'm sure. Meanwhile, Giants running back Saquon Barkley says he's not going to sign that franchise tag, at least not before the Giants' offseason program begins. And the Atlanta Hawks, the Lakers in the playoffs, and Well, some teams trying to join them there. The Chicago Bulls take on Toronto tonight, followed by Oklahoma City taking on New Orleans. The Blitz continues right now.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. You can always get us on Twitter at Joe Reinagel 210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix. You can dial up or text the Kia Bosses Smoke Meats phone lines, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. You're listening to us, hopefully on 94.1 FM, maybe at ESPNSA.com. And we're back to the video thing.
Back to the video thing.
So Facebook Live, we're on Facebook Live and on YouTube. How you get there, you know how to get there.
Well, I don't know how to get there. Do you know how to get there?
No.
I mean, all I know is that, you turn this little device on here.
They know how to get there.
But
I mean, we're getting lots of comments on there.
And we are, and that's cool.
I believe there's little buttons you could push if you go to ESPNSA.com.
Okay.
Which
it'll take you right there.
I know that will for YouTube, I think, anyway. And I think for Facebook. Just Facebook, you'll find us.
Maybe we'll have a class or a meeting or something.
You would think. I mean, we found out we were going to do this. I don't know. I got an email about 11:30 that it was
about then. Yeah.
Hey, we're back to this. And I'm like, well, hell, I better charge my iPad.
So the boys this morning didn't have the technology.
It wasn't even working when the email was sent. Like I got the audio working right before we went on air.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be fun. Rob and Rudy then will be their first time tomorrow.
Well, see, I don't think Rudy realized video went away.
He's just been doing it. Huh?
Yeah, he talks to Rudy. Doing a show with Rudy sucks in the sense of he doesn't look at you the entire time. He looks at a screen.
He looks at the screen. See,
yes.
What was he looking at himself or
yes,
looking at you?
Well, no, he's looking at himself.
At himself.
Yeah, because he likes to watch himself talk.
I see.
Yes.
Is he reading his own lips?
Maybe.
Maybe, so he knows what he's saying.
I mean, like you have a conversation, it's eye-to-eye contact,
sure.
Right? That's what we do.
Yeah.
Not with Rudy.
But it's kind of weird.
And Rudy sits very low in the chair.
He does.
And so it's like, dude, I'm over here, man. It's part of it.
Interesting. Well, it's kind of cool to have that back because I like the comments. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of ways to comment now. We have the whole the whole text thing, right? You can comment on. We got Twitter still. You got this.
Lots of ways to interact.
So if you're not interacting, then it's your fault.
Chase says he just searched SA Sports Star on YouTube.
Awesome.
So you could do that. But don't we get, I don't know what the word is, but credit if you go to the website and click the link as opposed to just searching directly on YouTube? I mean, I know we want to make it easy for you, but we also want credit.
Of course we do.
I think the audio is such now
All right.
that we get
Don't
credit.
complicate things, Pledge.
You asked.
I mean, I really didn't want an answer. Yeah, a simple yes or no. Do we get credit? Yes or no?
We can get credit.
All right.
Cool. I've got the first compliment on my hair a minute ago. Did you see that one? We should pull that one back up.
The first compliment on your hair.
No,
today
well,
or
today,
this hour?
Today.
This hour.
5 minutes ago. See, there's Rocky. Thanks, Rocky.
See, I don't know that he's
got
complimenting
cool hair
your hair.
dude.
He says Joe Cool Hair. It seems more like a nickname than a compliment.
Rocky had a little thing going on
It's
the,
called
on the
the
center
mohawk.
there. Yeah. That'd be fun.
You could never.
A mohawk mullet.
You would never. You would never.
I'm gonna turn this into a hair show.
No, we're not.
Maybe there's a good bit, right? I could just have some styling tips once a week.
You?
Yeah.
You've had the same haircut for 30 years.
Well,
what styling tips are you
dude,
going to offer?
Once you find a successful thing, I mean, you stay with it.
It's worked for me.
You perfect it. Well, you don't quite have as much hair as you used to have.
Well, that's true. Very true. But I've realized you can keep the same style. It's just like downsizing. I used to live in a 2-story house. Now it's a 1-story house. I downsized, and my hair, we're downsizing it for easier maintenance as I get older.
You know what's funny? A little something, between all of us friends. I can look in the reflection there of the glass.
You cannot.
I see a little little spot there.
That's not the back of my head. That's the ring light reflecting off of your glasses.
That's what it is.
Uh-huh.
I turned my light off, by the way.
Uh-huh. But Pledge still has his light going.
That's all right.
Look, I just want to be easily found in a crowd. Although if you're looking for me in a crowd, I realize that you look like every other 50-year-old man in a crowd.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, except Joe Reinagel.
Well, you probably have, a little more hair for 50-year-old dude than most people do.
Sure. I mean,
Yes, that's the answer to
so
that.
we got to stop with these comments.
I know, it's distracting,
between
right?
Joe and Pledge.
It's
Squirrel!
it's distracting. That's right. It's fun though to interact with the viewers.
Joe finds it fun when it's talking about his hair.
Well, sure.
I can tell what gets Joe's attention. If somebody comments about his hair, he's going to read it intently to make sure it's a compliment.
Dude, it's finally grown out from that really bad haircut I got about 4 weeks ago. So
Has it?
Yes, it has.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Are you sure?
I'm getting another one on Friday. So
another haircut?
Yeah.
For what?
Well, it's time.
You
a
look
little shaggy.
You look like you just got your haircut.
A little shaggy. But I'm going back to
James Pledger is a little shaggy.
To the person that
you are not.
Well, I would really like to, but I'm of the age I can't really let it grow out. I mean, I'd like a mullet or some longer hair. Like I could do, a Rob Thompson hairdo.
What is a Rob Thompson hairdo?
Well, his hair's a little long.
It is.
It is, right?
It is.
Yeah.
He has to keep it long.
He does?
Because when he cuts it short, it doesn't comb right, and it's just kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I think that's a weekly thing. Hair tips with Joe.
If you get it sponsored, we'll not do it.
There's got to be a
if you're a hairstylist and would like to sponsor Hair Tips with Joe.
Absolutely.
At Joe Reinagel 210.
We shoot a little nice Instagram video and
really?
Sure. Put it on the website.
Yeah. Well, you've already eliminated one sponsor potential because you're never going back there.
I'm not, dude. I promise you that. I won't tell you who it was, but it was. I won't.
Not so great.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
OBJ get his haircut?
I mean, he's got a press conference tomorrow, so I'm sure he's going to be looking good as he shows up in Baltimore. OBJ and his new contract. The incentive parts of his contract are so reachable. This dude is going to end up with $18 million.
It's almost ridiculous how easy it is.
Hey, Lamar, this is why you have an agent. So we know that it's $15 million guaranteed, and he could earn up to $18 million. There's 3 different incentive clauses that each total $1 million. The formula for getting the first million is based on receptions. 30 catches in the year gets him $250,000. 40 catches is a $500,000 bonus. 50 catches, $750,000, or $1 million if he has 60 or more catches, or if he leads the team in receptions, he gets $1 million.
Well, since he's the only wide receiver they have, that's a pretty good chance he's going to get that.
Well, he and the tight end are gonna fight for those. Same with touchdowns. 3 touchdowns gets him $250,000. 3. $500,000 if he gets 5 touchdowns. 7 touchdowns is $750,000. 9 gets him $1 million. Or if he leads the team in receiving touchdowns, he'll get $1 million.
Now, can you see that in the locker room? You know, if he says at, I don't know, what was the million? 9? If you're at 8 catches,
well, if you're
8 touchdowns,
if you're at 8 and Andrews is at 7, you're good. But if Andrews is 8, you're at 7. You're like Andrews, man. Hey, don't throw him the ball.
Yeah,
not today. Yardage, 250 receiving yards.
Wait,
250 receiving yards gets him a $250,000 bonus.
Okay.
500 receiving yards is $500,000. 750 yards is $750,000. If he has 1,000-yard receiving, he gets a cool $1 million. Or if he leads the team in receiving yards, he'll get an extra $1 million.
That's where his agent was genius. Looking at the landscape of the Baltimore Ravens, knowing they got nobody else, all I got to do is lead the team.
And again, that is $3 million of very reachable incentives.
Yes.
A lot of times you look at some incentives and you go, well, that ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Right. But or you might have one that's very reachable, maybe, but all of these are so reachable, and that clause with or lead the team in said category, and you're going to get the $1 million. So if he has, 600 yards and 33 catches and 5 touchdowns, and if that leads the team, that's $3 million.
I feel bad for Lamar Jackson when OBJ can get a contract like this, and the imagination that went into getting where he should get.
What imagination?
Well, I mean,
this sounds like something. All right, let's see.
And it makes Baltimore look really stupid.
Be reasonable here, but fill in the blanks on your own contract.
Doesn't it? It makes Baltimore look really stupid.
For an organization that doesn't do this, yes. For a general manager who tends to play hardball, an owner that tends to play hardball. And this is where I applaud Jerry Jones, who he wanted. He wanted Odell. Now, Odell would have been a third receiver in Dallas, at best, the third receiver. Assuming if they signed Odell, they don't get a Cook. So he would have been wide receiver 3. These incentives would be very difficult to reach in Dallas.
Sure.
They're going to be a lot easier to reach in Baltimore. But Jerry, see, a contract like this, I could have seen the Cowboys doing with those kind of incentives with a $3 or $4 million base, where the contract totals with all incentives reached $8 million, $10 million, no more than $10 million. This guy got 15 guaranteed and an easy 3 to go get.
The incentives are one thing, right? They're easy. But the fact that Baltimore gave this guy, who is 30 years old, 2 surgeries, complete rebuilds of the same knee, $15 million guaranteed is just outrageous. And it makes them look stupid. And again, if you're Lamar Jackson, please get rid of me.
But Lamar was very influential in the recruiting of Odell. And this is almost a deal. It's a bad deal. It's a 1-year deal, but it almost feels like, by all accounts, they went to dinner. Lamar and OBJ did down in Miami. Then they went out afterwards. He got a deal done. Baltimore got this deal done to make Lamar happy. And if it makes Lamar happy and he's going to come to work and hopefully get a deal done, then and you feel like they did that just to try to extend an olive branch to Lamar Jackson, who requested a trade. No trade is coming. Now with the draft, in 14, 15 days, maybe, although I still expect him to be Baltimore, but maybe this helps get him a long-term deal in Baltimore. Because I do think the Ravens want to sign him, just not to the contract that he wants to do.
No, and obviously no other team wants to do that either. That's the problem. And again, the draft will change a lot of things, I think. But it's being reported today that the Colts are out. The Colts had a lot of interest in Lamar Jackson, reportedly, but apparently they're out. They want to concentrate on drafting a quarterback in the draft. Now, obviously, again, with the draft coming up, it's 2 weeks from tomorrow. Is that right? I think it is 2 weeks from tomorrow.
That'd be 15 days.
15 days. Well,
Yeah.
and tomorrow would be 14,
yes.
which would make it 2 weeks from tomorrow. So,
Yes, or the 15 days that I
right.
mentioned.
Well, that would be today. I said
Yes.
tomorrow. That's
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm with
So
you.
you got me?
I'm with you.
Okay. As long as we're on the same
I can
page here.
count.
Yes. So I don't know. That could change everything, right? I mean, it really could.
And while Indy is saying 2 weeks and a day before the draft that they're not interested.
Well, today would be 15.
Coming up on the draft, maybe they make that change.
Well, they could, right? I mean, and it could be, look, Indianapolis has got to have their eye on somebody. They quarterback that they like, whether that's Richardson or Will Levis,
Well,
perhaps.
Will Levis eats bananas with the peel on. He's
well,
out.
and he puts mayonnaise in his coffee.
I mean, yeah, that guy, I question that guy a lot.
But obviously, they're looking at one of those two guys, assuming that, the C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young are gone 1-2. Then you've only got Levis and Richardson, unless you want to take a shot at Hendon Hooker, which I would much rather have Hendon Hooker other than Bryce.
Other than his bad knee.
Well, he's only had one surgery.
Oh, okay.
So, dude, I think that guy's going to be something else.
I do too.
I do. It's a different thing to me. Before his knee injury, the guy was spectacular.
He would have won the Heisman.
I think he would have, and I think he probably is right there with Stroud and Young.
It would be a 3-man race as who would be number one.
I do.
If he was
believe
healthy.
that. He was, I mean, they gave Georgia all they could handle, right? I mean, Tennessee did. And, I mean, I love the way that guy plays football. And I know there's some knocks on him. There's some criticism here and there. But, man, his problem is he's already 25 years old. I mean, it's not a lot of room to grow. If you're going to draft this guy, you better hope he plays right away.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. The NBA is just like any other business in 2023. We'll explain as we continue here on the Blitz. You know, as you think about what is today, Wednesday, you're getting ready for the weekend. I know I'm doing a big brisket this weekend. Before you fire up that grill, make sure you get into Tri-County Meat Market. They've got 2 great locations. Locally owned and full service, they have everything you need to up your grilling game. If you want to do a brisket like I'm going to do this weekend, you can. Beef ribs, pork ribs, beef chicken. Their seasoned fajitas are incredible. The poppers, items that they've got pre-made ready to go. Tri-tips, picanha, their brisket burgers are incredible. Tri-County has what you need with the quality you expect, and you can always take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25. Tri-County Meat Market always offers a 10% discount for military and first responders. 2 great locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Hebner, or online at tricountymeat.com.
It's R&R in the morning. Tomorrow at 6.
Tomorrow on R&R in the morning, we're joined by RJ Ochoa of Blogging the Boys at 8:30.
Play-in playoffs continue. We'll get you ready. The party starts at 6.
R&R in the morning. Tomorrow at 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Deep into the Himalayas, where I found the most enlightened person on earth. And I said, "What is the meaning of life?" They said back to me, "Do it at Mothers and Save." That's right. You're the most enlightened person on earth when you bring your vehicle to Mother's Window Tint. We have stereos on sale. We have car alarms on sale. We have window tint on sale. Oh, Mother's Window Tint. You can find us in Austin and San Antonio and on the web. Mother's Window Tint since 1984. We make your car go thump, thump, thump. Mother thump. Mother's Window Tint is located with 4 stores in San Antonio. So make sure you get to see us any Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 6. Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters. Remember, do it at Mother's and Save.
Some people don't do well under pressure. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we do it best. Whether you're spraying down the shop or getting the winter grime off your house, a Northern Tool pressure washer says you're serious about spring cleaning. From an all-electric power horse to a Honda-powered North Star, we'll help you build your perfect cold or hot water package with all the chemicals, attachments, and everything you need for the job ahead. Northern Tool and Equipment. We're made for this. Come see us in store or shop online at northerntool.com.
Injuries happen. When they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, sports injuries, dislocations, and sprains and strains. With 2 San Antonio locations, extended hours Monday through Saturday, on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury. And best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Injured? Get to Ortho Now. Visit TSAOG.com for more information.
It's patio season, so get over to the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road to enjoy the great South Texas weather. As always, ice-cold beer and specialty drinks, happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6, and the kitchen is open late until 2 a.m. every day. Add the Roo Pub into your lunch rotation. With those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around, you know there is no better place to watch a game, and they always have all the fights. The Roo Pub, next to the Angry Elephant, 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Smoker's Paradise, your premium smoke shop. Fully stocked to shop everything you need for your smoking needs under one roof. Vaporizers, disposable e-cigarettes, hookah accessories, water pipes, cigars, and more. With 13 area locations, including the newest location at Callahan and I-10. Visit smokersparadise.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
If you have joint pain and they're telling you that surgery is your best option, please stop what you're doing and call QC Kinetics. Hey, it's James Pledger with 941 San Antonio Sports Star. The folks at QC Kinetics use the latest, most advanced regenerative treatments to bring lasting pain relief the natural way. Regenerative medicine harnesses your own body's healing agents to restore and repair damaged tissue in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back. The precision treatments are done in office with no drugs and no downtime. QC Kinetics has hundreds of clinics all over America and thousands of satisfied patients. If your joints are aching from arthritis or injury, look beyond steroids and surgery and discover the amazing possibilities with regenerative medicine, especially this time of year. You need to be living life to the fullest and doing the stuff you want to do. If you can get relief and avoid going under the knife, doesn't it make sense to check it out? Call QC Kinetics now. It's a free consultation. 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park, Westover Hills, and New Braunfels.
Tomorrow on R&R in the Morning, we are joined by RJ Ochoa of Blogging the Boys, and we talk NBA playoffs / play-in / play-out. Now, back to the Blitz. Jason, Joe, we're going to pitch in some money, and we're all going to watch the NFL ticket at Joe's house on Sundays. Hope y'all are ready.
Yeah, you better check in with Maggie before you do that.
Yeah, no kidding. Although, I'm okay with it.
Are you?
Well, sure. Because
I don't believe you.
Well, from what I heard from Rob and Rudy this morning, whoever hosts doesn't have to pitch in for the Sunday ticket. So the rest of you cheese balls would have to buy it. And then, and then still bring over beer and food and all that stuff.
It's a safe bet with this crew because Rob will forget about week 2.
Exactly. And then I'd have it at my house, paid for by San Antonio Sports Star.
I think San Antonio Sports Star should pay for it anyway because we could say we're working.
Right.
Remember in the days when you could do your taxes and write off your cable bill because everything you were watching could be part of the show. I used to write off so many different things.
Oh, dude.
The The dogs were security, so you can write up a percentage for that. The home office, phone bills,
man,
all
taxes.
That. Remember when the stations used to pay for your phone?
Yes, I do. I sure do.
Pay for your haircuts.
No, they never did that.
They never did that?
No. And I never had a clothing allowance either. You know, a lot of stations, you know, give clothing allowance, but Ken's never did. We never did that. And I'm okay with it because it was like $2,500 a year. Right. So
that's free $2,500 to go buy clothes.
I get it, but it's like, you know, depending on where you buy a suit.
Do you have to give the clothes back?
No, you don't give the clothes back.
I mean, then yeah, why would you sneeze? That's only 25. Like Rudy Camargo tweets in, I'm 70 years old and I get a haircut every 2 weeks thanks to my dad.
See that? That's what happens. I don't like to do that. I used to go every 3 weeks when I was in TV, but now it's like every now and then. I just want to go now, and I realize I don't need it, but so it gets it back to, you know, looking right. It's still a little off.
See, that's why I'm worried that you go cut your hair now, it's going to be even more off because it hasn't completely grown out yet.
No, because
put it in golf terms, man. You need to overseed the greens right now.
This particular, well, that's your position, buddy. You need to overseed,
dude. But ain't nothing helping this bunker, man.
A little fertilizer and the whole works. It puts some manure on there. You know, it might help with.
At this point, man, ain't happening.
Yeah, so it's just to get it back to where it should be. But I'm cool with 4 to 5 weeks now, to be honest with you.
I try to do mine every 4 weeks.
Yeah,
that's
just to keep it. My good friend Henry Ramos at Ken's TV once a week.
Henry gets his haircut once a week.
Yeah, because he doesn't want you'd ever know. And I'm telling a secret. Maybe I shouldn't be telling, but oh well. He just doesn't want you to ever know he got a haircut, right? So it looks the same all the time. I think Vinny does that too, if I'm not mistaken.
Vinny Mancetta gets a haircut once a week?
Pretty. I don't know. Vinny might be listening.
What do you mean might be? Although Vinny doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that's, that gives a damn. Like Henry, sure.
No, Vinny's a pretty suave dude.
Dude, I mean, Vinny doesn't care what he's wearing.
Sure he does.
No, he doesn't.
Vinny?
Yeah, oh man, Vinny's out there with a snap shirt on at a football game and cargo shorts. Henry Ramos, man, that guy in his clothes.
Yeah, he looks pretty sharp.
He's one that needs a clothing allowance.
Yeah, well.
And whatever you gave him, it ain't going to be near enough.
That's not enough.
No.
No clothing allowance.
Once a week, huh?
Well, Henry does. I can't 100% confirm that with Vinny, but I thought I heard him say that once.
Once a week.
It's a write-off once a week. Yeah, it may be.
Wow.
Once a week. I mean, I just hate doing it. It's a waste of time, right? I mean,
it's not a waste of time.
It's a waste of time.
You're getting your hair cut.
Well, it's a waste of time.
It's supposed to be relaxing.
It's like getting gas. I mean, what a waste of time.
It's just something that you got to do. Man.
I know, but it's a waste.
It's not. I mean, it could be relaxing.
Can you snap your finger and it's cut? Snap your finger,
shave it all off,
gas,
and not worry about it.
I could do that, but I won't.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Yeah. That ain't happening.
Especially now that we're back on video.
Back on video. I need a full coif.
You can watch us on YouTube.
You can.
Or Facebook Live while you listen to us on 94.1 FM or ESPNSA.com. We certainly appreciate you tuning in.
We do.
So Rudy wants everybody to chip in to buy the Red Zone channel.
I think he figured it out. It was like 70 some odd bucks a piece, but that was without the host. So, it was you, Pledge, Edwin.
Yeah, but I'm already gonna have
Rob,
it, right? It's just something that I've always had.
So I guess you're hosting.
I don't care.
Really?
Sure.
So okay, good.
I mean,
well, they were talking about, because Rudy was talking about if the game gets out of hand, he's like he volunteered Rob. Rob's got a swimming pool.
I've worked with Ron for 6 or 7 years and have never been invited to his house.
Maybe there's a reason for that.
Yeah, well, none of us have. Rob's the nicest guy, just not at his house.
Yeah,
right.
Gotcha. I mean, that is the beauty of it, though, because Rob would show up maybe for a week or two, and then that'd be it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but I've always had it, so it's just I'm just ready to make the change from DirecTV and go. But I've always had it. I'm always going to have something on the grill, so I don't care if I'm not home. I mean,
well, that was kind of the gist, that everybody's got to have a key to your house and be able to go over there, every Sunday. You get there about I don't know. You got to watch the pregame show.
Dude, I mean, see, I got cameras all over my house. You know how many times James has just showed up at my house and just walked right in?
Yeah.
Especially if he knows I'm at a game in Dallas. You know, I haven't had dogs now for over a year, but he'll go, man, I just knew you were out of town. I went to go let the dogs out, but they weren't there. But 4 hours later, your beer fridge was empty, so I decided to go home.
Well, it's
going to have to change the code.
Nah, Pledge will figure it out.
He knows I won't change the code because I won't remember it.
So you got a little keypad on your door?
I do.
Is that what you said?
But again, there's cameras everywhere. I know when you go in the house.
Well, so do I. I got a little keypad.
Yeah.
I don't know your code. You don't know mine.
Correct.
So
you knew mine.
I'm not worried about it.
You just apparently don't remember.
Well, I forgot, dude.
Well,
I mean, you kidding me? I don't know what I did 5 minutes ago.
Trust me, we know. Trust me, we know.
Sure, I will talk about it again, though, at some point in time.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about?
The NBA play-in.
That's right.
When we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, the best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. You can text the word bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what those conditions are before accepting it. Whether it's you, a family member, a friend of yours, somebody gets arrested, your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds, because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans. They're open 24/7 to get you out fast. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas. Services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Atlanta Hawks, the LA Lakers, they're in the playoffs. They won last night. The Chicago Bulls will take on the Raptors tonight, followed by Oklahoma City and New Orleans. That will tip off at 8:30. By the way, you can hear those games right on ESPN 1250, all right, a.m. Baseball this afternoon, the Houston Astros beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 7-0. Rangers, they go for a 3-game sweep tonight against the Kansas City Royals, 7:05 from Globe Life Field. You can catch that ball game on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star starting at 6:30 with the pregame. The Blitz continues right after this.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM. A rare and underdiagnosed disease gets worse over time. More at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you own a small to medium-sized business that kept employees on payroll through COVID, you may have a big cash refund waiting for you. The Employee Retention Credit is a tax credit of up to $26,000 per employee. And now, more businesses than ever qualify. The experts at RefundsPro.com specialize in cutting through the red tape of qualifying for this government program. Most of their refunds are over $100,000. Even businesses that have received PPP funds may be eligible. And there are absolutely no fees unless you receive a refund. So there's no reason not to apply. If your business experienced shutdowns, limited capacity, supply chain challenges, or reduced revenue due to COVID, you likely qualify. RefundsPro.com has already helped hundreds of businesses. So don't lose the refund you're owed by missing the deadline. Get started today with a free 5-minute questionnaire at RefundsPro.com. That's refunds with an S, pro.com.
This is C.J. McCollum, star of the New Orleans Pelicans and co-host of the C.J. McCollum Show.
McCollum at the horn for three. Got it.
Inviting you to join Israel Gutierrez and me once a week as we discuss names and storylines in and around the NBA with the inside perspective you can only get from someone in the locker room and on the floor. Listen to great guests and players such as Brandon Ingram and Andre Iguodala, and input from a great team of ESPN Insider regulars like Brian Windhorst, Tim McMahon, and Mark Spears. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone, America's #1 brakes destination. We have the pads, rotors, drums, shoes, and brake fluids to improve your stopping power. Right now, save 15% when you get any 2 Duralast rotors with a set of Duralast brake pads. Missing a tool? Ask about our free Loan-A-Tool program and borrow the tools you need to get the job done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2021. Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool.
Are you working way too hard for way too little? There's never been a better time to consider a career in IT. You could enjoy a recession-resistant career in a rewarding field with plenty of growth opportunities and often flexible work environments. Go to My Computer Career and take the free career evaluation. You could start your new career in months, not years. Take classes online or on campus, and financial aid is available to qualified students, including the GI Bill. Now is the time. mycomputercareer.edu.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
All guests appearing on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star appear on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Whether you're listening on the radio, online at ESPNSA.com. If you're watching on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, we appreciate you. And we are back on YouTube and Facebook.
First day back.
And
kind of cool.
Well, and I know we were told we were getting all kinds of new camera stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the thing. It's April 12th, right? Over there in the hallway, there's all these empty boxes, all this new video equipment.
I see that.
That has come in.
Uh-huh.
How long before we actually have it set up and working?
Well,
that's the trick. That's the key.
That is the key because we're still in this studio. And when I first came in here and Rob was showing me around the building, he said, "This is our new studio."
Well, it's over there.
It's across the hall. But we're still in this one.
Well, it hadn't gone anywhere. Nobody else has moved into it either.
Well, I know. I don't think it's set up for anything, right?
Not really.
It's a pretty nice studio, though.
I'm
I'll be honest with you.
It doesn't smell of onions either.
Well, it will. Just give it time.
So here's the question. Because Michael Jimenez ordered an onion sandwich apparently today for lunch. And it still reeks. And I say that during the commercial break, I walk down the hall to use the facilities and I walk back in and it hits you like a ton of bricks.
Does it really? Because I guess I've been in here.
Yeah, when you've sat in here long enough. I mean, now it's just, but you walk out and you walk back in, it's brutal. Half a sandwich away.
I have no idea.
Because the only thing I can think of at this point is it's just lingering in the trash can.
So should we like move that trash can out of here?
Well, do we want to be good teammates for Rudy and Rob? Because the cleaning crew at our building, I'm sure they're wonderful.
They're nice, yes.
but they don't open a door to take the trash.
Well, I think they're afraid to open this door because they never know whether, somebody's live on the air or not.
Well, and they can't go through a locked door because so we have to set the trash can in our office outside in the hallway for them to take that trash.
Right.
But the studio trash gets emptied about every 4 days, and that's when somebody, when it's overflowing, decides to put it in the hallway and they'll get it. But if there's a half-eaten onion sandwich in that trash can by tomorrow morning, it might be unbearable in here for Rudy and Rob. So are we going to be good teammates?
No, we should leave it here.
Let them deal with.
I think we should leave it here.
I mean, in the spirit of Michael Jimenez, pretend it's a Twitter poll. Should we take the trash and put it outside or leave the trash for Rob and Rudy?
I'm going to vote we'll leave it.
At Joe Reinagel 210, at Jason Minix, or text us. That way they'll see the text too in the morning. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. You got play-in action at tonight. 2 games on tap, Chicago and Toronto, Oklahoma City and New Orleans. Both games televised on ESPN. You can listen to both as well over on AM 1250. Last night's games turned out to be pretty good. The Lakers game was trash for 3 quarters, but that was a fun fourth quarter of basketball.
Fun finish. Yeah, it really was. Boy, the Lakers got arrogant, though, didn't they?
What do you mean? What do you mean got arrogant?
Well, I mean, just they got arrogant. They were down 15 at one time. Right? Come back. And then, LeBron hits a sensational shot, 3-pointer. And then I got him.
It was the pass to Schroeder.
Well,
that would have been the game winner, right?
But LeBron hit an incredible 3-pointer before that.
Well, again, you come back from that much down, and you're the Lakers. They didn't just get arrogant; they are arrogant, and their arrogance was on full display last night.
Well, I'm just wondering what the whole ice in your veins. They look like they're shooting up with something.
Yeah, you kind of missed where the IV goes.
Yeah,
but that's okay.
So anyway, look, I told you this earlier. I hate the Lakers.
I know.
I was such a Minnesota fan last night that I can't tell you.
That's why they won,
how disappointed I was that the Lakers pulled that game out. They shouldn't have, and I really believe if Gobert's there, even if Gobert's not there, I mean, that slump that the T-Wolves went through scoring-wise, you just scored another 4 or 5 points there, and you're walking out of there.
And it would have been this version of the Lakers, so Laker-like, to have that, what would have been a game winner, the foul on Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
You sink 3 free throws, and you talk about ice water in your veins. That first one was shaky, but the other 2 were clean. And if they would have lost that game in overtime after they thought they had it won because of a stupid foul because they don't know how to switch.
He apologized, by the way, during the post-game press conference.
Well, I mean, and he apologized on the court. I mean, when LeBron calls you out for a brain fart,
yeah,
you know you're in trouble, right? And he did.
And typically, you that call you don't see, but he clearly, I mean, because I think, and I can't remember who took that shot. Oh, it was Conley, right?
Yeah.
So Conley comes down on AD's foot.
Well, AD took him out. You got it.
Yeah.
But again, it was a simple switch. He shouldn't have been that wide open. I mean, it was an easy basketball play between 2 of your best players with LeBron and Anthony Davis. It should never have even been that wide open of a shot, and then a careless foul like that could have ended you.
Yeah, but I mean, careless. What if he makes it, and then you lose the game? I mean,
it would have been tied.
No, but if it's a foul and one,
oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying. If he makes it and then one, that's what I mean. So. When it comes to that point in time, if you miss an assignment, I mean, just let him shoot it. He's in the corner. It's a very difficult shot. Very difficult. Davis should have never been anywhere around him.
Great play. Should have been that wide open. Just dumb. Now, in the early game, nobody thought Atlanta was going to win that game.
Nobody that works at ESPN anyway.
All 17 ESPN experts picked Miami.
I love that. And all you guys with good memories out there, remember that. Wrong. It seems like everybody's got the greatest memory of all time.
Yeah, but that's every day. So it's easy to go back and just tell you you're wrong, and you'll agree with them because they know you won't remember. But even Barkley, so Barkley's like, there ain't no point of watching all these games. These games are going to suck. And last night, he bet $1 billion $1 billion on Miami.
But I think because of Spoelstra and those three guys, because for me, the wild
So they already got by tonight.
Yeah, they're going to beat the Hawks. Come on, the Hawks stink.
Bet it.
Yeah, bet it, whatever you want to.
Okay.
$1 billion. Okay. No, Ernie, because
Now, was that a yes or a he's like he was singing? I don't think either one of those guys have $1 billion. They're close, especially Shaq probably.
With
but
all the commercials and businesses that Shaq has, he's probably closer to Chuck.
Yeah.
But I think Shaq took the bet. And if he didn't, he's claiming he did.
Absolutely.
You said it.
I can't wait to see.
That's why we stick with beer bets around here.
The next TNT broadcast is Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, we'll see.
Oh, it makes you wonder if Shaq's even going to show up. If he just got another $1 billion, why would he come to work?
Well, he hasn't been paid.
Oh, do you think he's going to show up to collect?
Of course he will. Why wouldn't he?
Nancy
Well,
Kerrigan taking his knees out right
that's
there
gonna be
on
a
the,
whole skit
on the set to try to get
between
that $1 billion.
Shaq and Barkley. That's going to be a whole skit.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fun to watch.
Going to get a whole package of those. What are those candy bars? The 100 grand.
The 100 grand.
Yeah. We'll get cases of those to equal a Billy. Problem is Shaq would eat them all.
Yeah, he probably would.
He would. He would. You know, the New York Yankees, they have some interesting rules that are still in effect today, long after George has been dead.
Mm-hmm.
Although
it's tradition.
There is, and Michael Kay's not having one of the rule breakers as part of his broadcast.
Wow.
The poor bat boy of the New York Yankees. We'll discuss next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're dealing with any kind of injury, you know you can skip the ER and get straight to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, sprains, strains, dislocations. 2 San Antonio locations with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray, casting, and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
It's R&R in the morning. Tomorrow at 6.
Tomorrow on R&R in the morning, we're joined by RJ Ochoa, blogging the boys at 8:30.
Play-in playoffs continue. We'll get you ready. The party starts at 6.
R&R in the morning. Tomorrow at 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's patio season, so get over to the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road to enjoy the great South Texas weather. As always, ice cold beer and specialty drinks, happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6, and the kitchen is open late until 2 a.m. every day. Add the Roo Pub into your lunch rotation. With those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around, you know there is no better place to watch a game, and they always have all the fights. The Roo Pub, next to the Angry Elephant, 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Garage clutter got you down? Garageization will help improve that mood. Cabinets, shelving, workbenches, overhead racks, slat wall. They even do floors. Oh my! GarageOrganizationSanAntonio.com for more info. GarageOrganizationSanAntonio.com.
San Antonio is charging ahead, bucking the competition, grabbing opportunity by the horns, and watch us be relentless. This is your team. Experience more football. Experience XFL. Your San Antonio Brahmas take on the Orlando Guardians at the Alamo Dome, Saturday, April 15th at 6 p.m. Tickets on sale now. Visit xfl.com/tickets.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
Deep into the Himalayas, where I found the most enlightened person on earth. And I said, "What is the meaning of life?" They said back to me, "Do it at Mothers and Save." That's right. You're the most enlightened person on earth when you bring your vehicle to Mother's Window Tint. We have stereos on sale. We have car alarms on sale. We have window tint on sale. Oh, Mother's Window Tint. You can find us in Austin and San Antonio and on the web. Mother's Window Tint since 1984. We make your car go thump, thump, thump. Mother thump. Mother's Window Tint is located with 4 stores in San Antonio. So make sure you get to see us any Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 6. Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters. Remember, do it at Mothers and Save.
Cowboys are on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Long-haired freaky people need not apply. So I took my hair
Sounds like something that would have been a sign outside of George Steinbrenner's office, and it still hangs today, even though he's been dead for a long time. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. You know, it's early into the baseball season, and we know that the New York Yankees have some traditions that seem a little ridiculous today, but one of them is their grooming rules that Steinbrenner put into place back in 1976, his quote-unquote neatness counts policy, which outlaws players from having beards, beads, mutton chops, or long hair.
What's a mutton chop?
You know those pork chop sideburns?
That's called a mutton chop?
Facial hair, Joe.
I mean, you said that. I'm like, wait a minute. What's a mutton chop?
Well, you're not allowed to eat sheep in the New York Yankees organization.
That's a good thing.
You know, mutton busting is something that you only hear during the rodeo, right?
Mutton chop.
Right? But and there have been some players that have not signed with the Yankees because they don't want to have to cut their hair.
Right.
Or shave.
Sure.
And it's 2023. The fact that this is still an enforceable rule seems ridiculous. But apparently that's only to players and managers, because their new bat boy looks like he should be in the video there from the band, because he's got this long hair and he's got a little scruff, and Michael Kay on the Yes Network isn't having any of it.
Strange to see a Yankee uniform and somebody wearing that uniform with that sort of hair. There are rules. Rules are rules. He's disobeying 2 of them. I think there's facial hair, and I think there's obviously the hair is the color.
But the red shoes.
That's also.
And he's wearing red shoes. You're getting the bat boy fired, Michael Kay. Come on.
But dude, I mean, if you look at this guy, I mean, he's sitting there looking like a goof, first of all. Right? I mean, he really does.
Well, I mean, he's a bat boy.
Well, I know, but I mean, most bat boys or even bat girls that, look like they could play, right? I mean, not in major leagues, but they're in some kind of shape, typically. This guy looks like a goof.
Lots of baseball players have long hair, Joe.
It has nothing to do with his hair. I don't care what his hair looks like.
He does look a little bit more like a stoner kid than a bat boy. But I'm not going to fault any dude for having long hair.
I'm not either. I have nothing to.
But
it has nothing to do with it.
He
looks like a goof.
He does not. I mean, his little pretend mustache.
Exactly. His hair, and he's got to be what, 6'4" and 95 pounds.
Maybe.
He's tall and skinny.
And he'd be 92 pounds if he cut his hair. I mean, he needs every bit that he can.
And he's just looking around like,
he's a bat boy.
The dude he got stoned in the locker room before he came out.
They don't test for that anymore.
Well, apparently not.
I mean, but it is kind of odd that he would get the job knowing what the Steinbrenner rules are.
Well, I guess they figured he's not a ball player, but he is in a Yankees uniform. And I thought that was the deal.
I'm more bothered by the red shoes than the hair.
Guy's a goof.
He's a goof. I'm sure he's a great kid.
I'm sure he's a great kid. He just looks like a goof.
Well, whose kid is he, though?
He's got to be somebody's
that
kid,
he got
right?
the job as the bat boy for the New York Yankees.
Yeah, he's got to be well connected.
Yeah.
Well, if he's so well connected,
I
mean, at least shave.
He should shave.
At least shave.
I mean,
it looks like peach fuzz.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It looks almost as bad as yours when you tried to grow yours out when you retired from television.
I don't know. There were some people that thought it looked good.
They lied to you.
Well,
they lied to you.
They're nice people.
They lied. They straight up lied.
Well, don't discount the fact that I might do it again. You never know.
Dude, you haven't shaved in 2 weeks and nobody's noticed.
No, I actually shaved on Monday, believe it or not.
That's not true.
It is absolutely true.
What did you shave? Because it wasn't your face.
You know what? I lied. It was on Sunday when I shaved. I shave a couple times a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't the reason you shaved last time because Maggie hated it?
Well, she said she didn't hate it.
Until she left his razor, like, right where he had to. Like, I didn't say anything, but the subtle hint was shave that thing.
Yeah, the problem is a lot of white on the chin. A lot of gray.
Oh, you don't want your gray hair showing?
No, because I don't have any on top there, but it's all in the little chin area.
Yeah.
Crazy how things work.
Vanity.
It is. It's
You're
nuts.
shameless. You're shameless.
It might happen. I just don't know.
We've got a pair of Alamo Heights night tickets to give away. Fiesta's right around the corner.
Sure is.
Alamo Heights night, a great Fiesta event over at the UIW campus, Friday, April 21st. Live music from Ruben V, Finding Friday, the Rick Cavender Band.
Elvis.
We've got a pair of tickets to give away right now. What do you want to do? Color 12?
I like 12. Why not?
You like 12?
Sure.
What did we tell Pledge we were going to do?
Well, we said we were going to go up into the 30s.
Yeah.
He remembers that. Wait a minute. We did 12 yesterday.
The enthusiasm.
I think 13. Lucky 13.
It's too easy for Pledge.
13?
Yeah, I think we reverse it.
Oh.
Since it's Friday, April 21st.
It is? Oh, when the event is. I'm like, boy, time flies when you're having fun.
He's still worried about the gray hair in his beard.
And I got to stare at it all day right here.
Mm-hmm. Live on YouTube and Facebook. Bet you shave tomorrow now that you're on video
probably
again.
Will.
Uh-huh. Caller 21, the tickets are yours. 210-656-ESPN. 656-3776. A pair of tickets to Alamo Heights night, Friday, April 21st. Got Sports Center coming up and some interesting news out of Houston. involving the Texans general manager. We'll dive into that next on the Blitz.
From the George Salinas Personal Injury Attorney Studios, this is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville. KTFM Floresville. San Antonio's Sports Center.
We had some big league baseball this afternoon. The Houston Astros in Pittsburgh, and the Astros get the shutout. They beat the Pirates by a score of 7-0. The Texas Rangers, they're going for a 3-game sweep tonight against the Kansas City Royals. 7:05 first pitch from Globe Life Field. You can catch that game on your home for Texas Rangers baseball. That's San Antonio Sports Star. Get you started with the pregame show at 6:30. And Bryce Young in Houston today, visiting with the Texans. The Blitz continues right now.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Wednesday afternoon. You can always be a part of the show on the Kia Boston Smoke Meats phone lines. Call or text 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagel 210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix. Or you can comment on YouTube Live or Facebook Live.
All kinds of places you can talk to us now.
You know, John McClain, now with GallerySports.com, joins us every Thursday at 5:30. And he will tomorrow. And I can only imagine John McClain is going to blow this next story up. That's preposterous, is what he's going to say.
He might say that.
But this apparently is a story that has been lingering around amongst closed circles since the NFL owners' meetings. Nick Caserio could be on his way out as general manager of the Houston Texans. According to former NFL GM Michael Lombardi on his podcast, he's going back to New England after the draft.
That sounds kind of crazy. If you're going to leave a team, why would you wait till after the draft to do that? Which kind of makes it preposterous sounding in John McClain's defense.
Well, I look at, unless there's issues that we're unaware of in Houston, you've got all these picks. You just hired DeMeco Ryans. You're the one that recommended DeMeco Ryans. You sound like you love DeMeco. You've got the organization headed in the right direction. Unless Bill Belichick will soon be out in New England, he's the general manager. Nick Caserio in Houston has final say on all personnel decisions. In New England, Bill Belichick does and will continue as long as he is there. So unless there's another domino to fall, this seems ridiculous that Nick Caserio could be on his way out, but that is a rumor that apparently was circling amongst some insiders that never really made it to the public during the NFL owners meetings in Phoenix, but now as you're 2 weeks away from the draft, it seems to be getting out.
What if CJ Stroud is available at pick 4?
Well, there's a possibility. I think there's some conversation to have about that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he would slip there. I'm not sold. What are we, April the 10th? I'm not sold that the Houston Texans are just completely locked in on a quarterback. I'm not sold on that. I think there's a longer game to be played in Houston. DeMeco Ryans got a 6-year contract. You know, I think there'll be some organizational changes in Houston after the draft. I believe that. I think there's going to be some way. I'm not saying that people are going to get fired, but I think there's organizational the way they shifted things down there. So getting the 6-year deal, the long play. One thing you know about if you're DeMeco Ryans is you ain't getting fired after a year.
No.
Right? So,
I mean, that'd be a lot of money to just be chilling.
Why not go 1-15 and get Caleb Williams?
Yeah.
Why not get the better quarterback? Why not rebuild the team, do exactly what Kyle Shanahan did in San Francisco, start slow and go from there?
You know, it's a theory. Michael Lombardi on his podcast, and Lombardi's good at what he does. There could be some organizational shifting, not getting fired, but moving some people around. But Nick Caserio is what, year 2 of a 5-year extension? If he were to leave to go to New England, the Patriots would have to have some compensation pledges telling me year 3 of a 5-year deal, $5 million a year. Compensation that would have to come back from New England. It doesn't really add up. What Lombardi said there, if you're D'Amico, unless D'Amico wants to be GM, I mean, but if you know, if you skip on a quarterback this year, which I don't think they will do, but if they did and they tried to get Caleb Williams next year, then you're going to get a Lincoln Riley or a Cliff Kingsbury tag along. I mean, they almost seem like a Kyler Murray package deal, don't they?
Yeah, well, you know, that's interesting. And I'm just wondering, look, Caleb Williams has showed flashes of brilliance. I mean, he really has. People don't get to see him a lot because he plays out on the West Coast. But is he better than CJ Stroud or Bryce Young? I'm not sure, because Lombardi said that. And he said, and wait for the better quarterback. So, I mean, you know, Lombardi's a pretty smart guy, but I don't know that I would put Caleb Williams better than either one of those two guys. So, but look, I've been talking about this for a while, that I don't think D'Amico Ryans is locked into a quarterback with a number 2 pick. Now, does he trade back or does he do something else? I mean, I don't know, but it would not surprise me if number 2 goes by and it's either traded or he takes a defensive guy.
You know, and I know, and this just going off of what Lombardi just said, with a 6-year deal, you have the ability to be patient. And everybody that D'Amico signed and Nick Caserio signed this offseason seemingly is on 1-year prove-it deals, right? That also tells me that they're trying to speed up the growth, get some hungry players in here, see who you want to stick with and who you don't. You know, I just look at this and think, if they had 1 pick, like if they only had 1 first-round pick as we sit today, 2 overall, and they didn't pick again until the 2nd round, maybe I would buy into the theory that we can be patient if we don't really love one of these quarterbacks. But you've got 2 picks, so you're going to get your quarterback, and I still think you're going to get a top-flight defensive player at number 12. Waiting a whole year for Caleb Williams, who is probably, as we sit right now, the first quarterback off the board next year.
I don't think there's any question.
But there's no guarantee Houston would be in position to be the team picking first next year to be able to go get Caleb Williams. So I don't know, from a strategic plan, that you can actually say, well, we're going to skip on Bryce Young or CJ Stroud this year, and we're just going to suck so bad next year we'll get Caleb. I mean, because they thought all year long they were going to have the number 1 pick, and they did until the final game of the season.
Well, that's because
that would be piss poor planning and malpractice if that was truly the plan. Now, they might draft one of these guys this year, and if they're in position to get a Caleb Williams next year and they like one, then they could trade a Young or a Stroud if he hasn't quite lived up to the billing. You know, I mean, almost similar to what Arizona did with Josh Rosen when they drafted Kyler Murray.
Well, Josh Rosen is in another category completely. That guy was a complete bust.
But he was still a high draft pick.
Well, he
first rounder. I mean, and they realized the mistake and they rectified it quickly.
I get you, and I understand what you're saying. I just don't think you're going to take one of these 2 guys if that's your plan. The problem is, and I'll say this until I'm blue in the face, the Houston Texans, I think, are going to be the 2nd best team in that division.
Okay.
And so I don't think that they are going to be anywhere close to the number 1 pick next year. I think they're going to win several games and they will be poised to continue to get better. So whether they take a quarterback or not, look, we forget Davis Mills is still there. He's still there.
He is.
And I realize that they don't know his name anymore. Case Keenum's there. Do you ride with Case Keenum and see what you do, or draft a quarterback later in the draft? I mean, the Texans have a gazillion draft picks.
And I mean, to your point, could they take a Hendon Hooker at 12?
Perhaps.
If he's still the crapshoot. Now,
or are you trading for a quarterback? I know that Mac Jones thing sounds ridiculous, but Why not?
You look at the rumors right now involving Nick Caserio and his long-term future in Houston, which make it make sense. I haven't come up with a reason that I think Nick Caserio would be unhappy in his job. Here is a guy that survived Easterby. Here is a guy that survived Bill O'Brien and Jim O'Brien. This is a guy that went through a David Coley. This is a guy who has been through hell, and it's finally looking good. And now all of a sudden, you know, he wants out, that he's getting things pointed in the way he wants to go. It's like, all right, well, we finished building the house. Let's put it up for sale.
Because they're patriots, right? And I think that patriot family mentality, if you got an opportunity to go back to New England, you're going.
All right. Unless he and D'Amico Ryans just flat don't get along.
Well, that's possible. Maybe a different philosophy.
And if that's the case, I mean, your hiring process.
Maybe Caserio wants a quarterback and D'Amico doesn't.
Maybe. I mean, when I look at, everybody through the interview process, they're wonderful, right? I mean, you're going through the interview process. You check all the boxes. Everything is good. Everything is chummy. And then you start working together and you go, oh, boy.
Yeah.
Right. And maybe that is what's going on with Nick Caserio.
Could be.
Robert Kraft. I don't see him going back to New England if Bill Belichick is still there. If Bill Belichick is on his way out and he wants to go home, if you will, that would make sense.
Well, I think Bill Belichick's time in New England and time in the coaching circles is coming to an end. I don't think there's any question about it.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Let's go to those Kia Bosses Smoke Meats phone lines. Joshua, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Yeah, I want to say that this is kind of fake news, but I also am still thinking about what's at New England. It looks like Bill Belichick's out. They brought in Bill O'Brien. There was rumors back in Houston that they wanted to get Nick Caserio a few years, and that's why they got deemed with illegal tampering with trying to bring him on board. And now there's an opportunity with Bill kind of 1 foot out the door. Everyone wants him gone with no championships won there since Tom Brady's left. And it's kind of looking like, hey, it might be Bill O'Brien's show. You bring in Nick Caserio as a GM. I want to say that it's going to be fake, but again, I also remember this is the Houston Texans, and they have done some boneheaded things.
Well,
and see them dropping them after the draft, and it's just going to be a bad look, but that's why it really kind of adds to that. I think they just want Bryce Young. If they can't get Bryce Young, they're happy with Will Anderson, and that might be the real reason why they want Nick gone. So I don't know. But,
I got to look at this, Joshua, from a what is New England offering that makes it a better job. And
it's New England.
It's New England, but I mean, they're not the same.
But it's a storied franchise.
Sure.
And he is part of the Patriots family.
All right. They haven't drafted well. We know that.
Okay.
And Bill Belichick has done some dumb things, like last year making a DC and OC, right? But,
well, yeah, that was nuts.
But at the same time, if Bill Belichick is there, this would be a step down on the ladder. This isn't even a lateral move because Bill Belichick is the general manager. He is the final decision maker. Unless Robert Kraft takes that away from Bill Belichick, which I guess is possible, but if you're Bill Belichick, do you let that happen?
Or you leave, and then the Patriots maybe.
And then what do they make? Bill O'Brien the head coach and Nick Caserio, and now all of a sudden Patriots West and Houston becomes Texans East in New England?
I can't imagine Bill O'Brien being a head coach anywhere ever again after he destroyed that Houston Texan franchise.
You know, in fairness to Bill O'Brien, he didn't. I mean, that was a playoff team year in and year out. With Matt Schaub.
Dude, then he got nuts. Trading away their best player and then running J.J. Watt out the door.
There were some idiotic things that happened that got his ass fired, but a lot of that coincided with the arrival of Jack Easterby. I mean, I'll give Bill. I'm not a fan of Bill O'Brien.
Dude, that was Bill O'Brien that traded DeAndre Hopkins
absolutely
for a ham sandwich
and the things
for nothing.
That he said. But look at drafting what he got out of him when things got sideways. But Bill O'Brien, He made Houston a winning football team. They were winning AFC South Division titles. I mean, he had TJ Yates win a playoff game, right? I mean, I will give him credit for his coaching ability. His management style
Well, then why
leaves a
is
lot to be
nobody else
desired.
giving him a job?
Well, his management style leaves a lot to be desired.
Nobody else is giving this man a job.
Yeah.
And he because of what – look, you can say, okay, yeah, you know what? Boy, 2 years ago I made $1 million.
Uh-huh.
It's gone.
Yeah.
I wasted it.
Yeah.
So you're only it's what have you done for me lately? I don't give a damn what Houston did. If he built that franchise up, he destroyed it on the way out. And and that's why they're in the situation they're in today, because of Bill O'Brien.
He didn't destroy it on his own.
Oh my gosh, dude. You don't trade a wide receiver like DeAndre Hopkins for nothing.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, that right there was the first piece of the ship that just fell off.
But doesn't it feel like the Houston Texans and Bill O'Brien took a hard turn going the wrong direction with the arrival of Jack Easterby?
Dude, you can't. That was not Easterby's decision. That was Bill O'Brien's decision.
I think Easterby had a lot more power in that building than you're giving him credit for.
That was not Easterby's decision. That was Bill O'Brien. Those two didn't get along, and Bill O'Brien said, "Half a peace sign, buddy.
Out.
You're out,
Yeah.
and we're not getting anything in return." And
they got a nice sandwich.
They got nothing.
Some Doritos,
dude. Yeah,
I might even got chili cheese Fritos.
Are you related to Bill O'Brien?
No, I'm
are
not.
you his agent? Or?
Not a fan of the guy, but I think he did better in Houston than you're giving him credit for.
He destroyed the franchise on the way out.
He did.
He did.
But
so
when your lease is up, you don't cut the grass anymore.
Dude, that team has been nothing since what he did. They've done, and they're trying to climb their way back.
And now that it seems like they're pointed in the right direction, the guy that's helped guide them back to the surface is on his way out to go to New England. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. And if they've been talking about this is not a D'Amico Ryans not getting along with Nick Caserio thing, because obviously it's been a rumor for some time. Look, sometimes you just want to go home. And, if your Patriot wants a Patriot, you want to get back there. And you don't know what Robert Kraft has promised this guy. You have no clue. I mean, my first thing would be, if I'm going back to New England to be the general manager there, is I want Bill O'Brien the hell out of there. I saw what he did. So, geez, get him gone. Bill O'Brien.
Okay, just checking.
I don't want any part of Bill O'Brien.
What about Jim?
Jim O'Brien? He's a good dude. We'll have a beer later.
Bring them both to Dallas.
Oh, bite me, you son of a...
Yeah, there you go. If Bill O'Brien did such a great job, when McCarthy gets fired, you can hire Bill O'Brien.
No.
Why not?
No.
He did such a great job in Houston.
You're putting so many words into my mouth.
I'm not giving Bill O'Brien enough credit. I think you said that.
They won some AFC South titles. They were playing good football.
And then, so I guess Bill O'Brien needed a challenge.
Well, at some point you wrecked the car. And that's what he did.
He totaled the car.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't just wreck it. He totaled it.
He had 2 trees and a light pole.
Dude, that car was...
And somebody's fence.
They're having a hard time salvaging that wreckage. I don't like Bill O'Brien. We'll see. This is going to play out. I can't wait to talk to McClain tomorrow.
He's going to say it's preposterous.
Well, he probably will, but he said it was preposterous that they would
pass a quarterback. He yelled at you last week.
And guess
what? Is he going to yell at you tomorrow?
Well, I don't know. Is he going to yell at who was on the thing there?
Joshua?
No.
The phone?
No.
Lombardi?
Lombardi.
Well, you point to a screen. That could be 8,000 things.
Well, Lombardi said they might not take a quarterback at number 2.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
So McClain needs to yell at him.
He will. McClain's at the age where he can yell at everybody.
Well, he can.
When you get to a certain age, you can just say things.
And it's kind of a badge of honor to be yelled at from John McClain.
That the Houston Texans are just completely locked in on a quarterback. I'm not sold on that.
I'm not either. Yeah. I agree with you.
Yeah. Joe will dig up all kinds of holes to find somebody that will agree with him.
No, I agree. Dude, I've been saying this before Lombardi ever said anything.
Uh-huh. but somebody finally agrees with you.
Dude, a lot of people have been agreeing with me lately. Shireen, Lombardi.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The
Chicago James tweets in, preach, Joe, preach. Your take as good as a 70-foot putt.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chicago James.
Because we're live on YouTube and Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got to apologize to Zach Collins. We'll explain.
A lot of questions.
Next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. When you need an electrician, you know Hill Electric is available 24/7 for residential and commercial needs. I know I've used Hill Electric at my house for a variety of projects through the years. They do great work and have for over 3 decades. The family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. So whether you need additional outlets or USB ports, you need to fix a fuse that is always blowing, a flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price. Never a service charge and always free estimates. Hill Electric, they never have a service charge. They give free estimates. You can't beat that. They do great work. Call them 210-404-9074. 404-9074 or hill-electric.com.
It's R&R in the morning. Tomorrow at 6.
Tomorrow on R&R in the morning, we're joined by RJ Ochoa of Blogging the Boys at 8:30.
Play-in playoffs continue. We'll get you ready. The party starts at 6.
R&R in the morning. Tomorrow at 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You can talk low carb all you want, but if you don't have a lineup of great tasting snacks behind you, you're not going to win the keto game. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds are high protein and low carb. Plus, they're low sugar, gluten-free, and naturally loaded in collagen. So it is a no-brainer. Get the bold flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B and online at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
It's been a long time coming, but the new XFL has arrived, and it is here to stay. We're pushing the action, the boundaries, and the limits of what's possible. We're making dreams come true, both on and off the field. This is for every player, every fan, every city, and it's a chance for everyone to be part of something bigger. The wait is over. Come experience the XFL. Your San Antonio Brahmas take on the Orlando Guardians at the Alamo Dome, Saturday, April 15th at 6 p.m. Tickets on sale now. Visit xfl.com/tickets. That's xfl.com/tickets. Come out and cheer on your Brahmas. Come experience the XFL.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Sadly, 1 in 3 women in the U.S. will experience physical abuse from an intimate partner. Violence and sexual exploitation of children is also a significant problem. By providing housing, healing, and prevention, Christie's Hope creates an environment where people feel freedom from abuse. Thomas J. Henry is proud to team up with Christie's Hope to help bring an end to domestic violence for good. Help us create a legacy of resilience and hope. Donate today at christieshope.org.
Garage clutter got you down? Garageization will help improve that mood. Cabinets, shelving, workbenches, overhead racks, slat wall. They even do floors. Oh my! GarageOrganizationSanAntonio.com for more info. GarageOrganizationSanAntonio.com.
Don't let pain keep you from doing the things you love. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. Whether you've been living with chronic and nagging pain for years, or if you've recently experienced an injury, our goal is to get you out of pain as quickly as possible. Arasti is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, Arasti accepts most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Attention San Antonio! The Twin Peaks girls are gearing up for Miss Twin Peaks 2023, hitting this summer live from Nashville. Get to Twin Peaks Park North this Thursday, April 13th from 5 to 9 p.m. for an in-store photo shoot of the contestants. That's Twin Peaks North.
Radio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Tomorrow on R&R in the morning, play-in playoffs continue. We'll get you ready. RJ Ochoa joins us at 8:30 looking at the boys. Now back to the Blitz. They're going to work a full day, but they're only hardly working.
We always work a full day, Rob. Some days are fuller than others.
Some have a few more hours in them than others as far as work goes.
Not sure we're always full of it.
Well, we try.
I mean, we do try. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. The Blitz here on at 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Or if you're watching on Facebook Live or YouTube, we're back to doing that on video. Appreciate the comments.
Absolutely.
You can text the station at 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Or like Lisa, who's just texting me, she's a big Patriots fan. Patriot rumors are that Jared Mayo will take over as head coach when Belichick leaves, and they'll either move Belichick to permanent GM or shop around.
Well, then that doesn't bode well for a Caserio move, then, does it? Unless he's going to get a promotion from GM to maybe say, I don't know, president?
Well, I mean, the idea of Nick Caserio leaving, unless there was the promise of good fortune at wherever.
Sure.
But you finally got everything going in the right direction in Houston.
Oh, I agree. And I think the Caserio has done a great job.
And I'm going to guess $5 million a year in Texas goes a lot farther than $5 million a year in Boston.
Well, you're probably right. I would assume that. But who knows why people do what they do?
Unless he just really wants a Bailey Zappi at quarterback.
And why not?
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I think there's all kinds of stuff that could happen in this draft that the Texans just might not be locked in on a quarterback at number 2. Especially, and that could be the case if Bryce Young goes to Carolina. That seems to be the guy that everybody wants. And if he's not available, maybe you make a trade for that dude in New England that wears number 10. Played for Alabama. You don't get one Alabama quarterback, you get another.
Yeah. So we owe Zach Collins an apology.
We do?
Yes, we do. I do. We all do. We've all made fun of Zach Collins missing a game or 3 because of a paper cut.
Oh, don't hurt me. You can't hit me. I'm trying to take a shot. What the hell was that?
That made no sense.
I have no clue.
Doesn't add anything to the conversation here. But whatever. We'll continue on. He's missed 3 games because of a paper cut. When it was first cut on his finger, it was described as a paper cut.
It was.
And we made fun of him because Spurs were finding new ways to tank, and I didn't understand because the tank was complete. You had secured the bottom 3. Why are we missing games because of a paper cut?
Right.
Zach Collins, he's one of those bulldogs. He's got nasty, according to Pop. He'll get, and it will always be on your resume that you missed a game because of a paper cut. Turns out that was a big deal. Turns out that little cut got infected. That little cut required surgery and an overnight hospital stay. According to Tom Orsborn of the San Antonio Express-News, the finger became infected. The surgery took place in San Antonio after the Spurs sent him home from Austin following that game against Portland. Zach Collins tells Tom Orsborn of the Express-News, quote, all the bad stuff is out of it now, so now I just have to recover from the operation. They had to numb me up pretty good. I wasn't completely out, but I was pretty loopy and couldn't feel anything. They went in and pretty much flushed out all the infected stuff that was in the finger, and now it's just healing. He was released from the hospital on Sunday morning. Zach Collins said, quote, it was ridiculous. I was in the hospital overnight. It was just so much for something so silly.
Dude, there's more to make fun of Zach Collins now instead of owing him an apology. How does this happen? I mean, you go in with a paper cut. I guess you just have to open it up a little further because there's already a slit there. If it's a paper cut, open it up and just squirt it out and squirt stuff in there and then what? Maybe glue it back together. And then he has to stay overnight. And now
it sounded like it should be an outpatient procedure,
so
right?
I'm wondering, is there a rehab program now? I mean, is he going to have to go 6 weeks to get his finger back in shape? I just hope he's ready for next year. I mean, my goodness.
Well, I mean, it's all his off-season vacation plans are gone.
Done.
I mean, he won't be able to play pickleball. Probably won't be able to play golf for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, other activities.
Can't pick his nose.
Well, you got other fingers
Oh,
for that.
well, I guess so.
Unless that was his nose picking finger.
It could have been.
Now, he also says they don't know how the cut happened. Could be from.
How do you not know how a cut happens?
He says in the paper maybe somebody's nail cut his skin when they were both going for a ball. That's one theory. He also has heard a theory that the ball hit my finger so hard it lacerated the skin. So apparently not a paper cut.
Okay.
Could have been somebody's nail cut.
That's one hell of a fingernail. I'm going to tell you that. I mean, they better get in for a pedi or a manicure, right?
Well, I mean, if you're playing basketball and you're a nail biter, that could be a danger.
Well, it could be, but how does that explain a paper cut?
Well, maybe it wasn't a paper cut. Maybe it was a nail cut, even though it was reported originally as a paper cut.
So maybe instead he missed his nail and chewed his finger.
Well, no, not him, somebody else.
Oh.
Like if
somebody else chewed his finger?
Well, somebody chewed their finger, left a jagged nail, and scratched at them.
I believe.
I mean, because look, I see some ladies out there with those fake nails. I don't know how they tie their shoe or zip up their pants or do anything with some of those nails.
Are they playing in the NBA?
They're not.
They're
not. But I mean, we've got questions on how the injury occurred.
I got a lot of questions. About this. I just hope the guy is rehabbed and okay and ready for the season.
The best news of all this is they didn't amputate.
I just want to know how that got infected, and if it did, I want to know how you open that thing up, and because it is the pointer, I think, right?
I mean, if you're a doctor and you know how this works, enlighten Joe on the Kia Bossa Smoke Meats phone lines at 210-656-ESPN. 656-3776. James Pledger, your job to remember, this will be the main topic for next Tuesday's injury report with our docs from PSAOG Orthopedics.
Might be the whole
and Spine.
segment.
In fact, if we can call over there and find a finger hand specialist type for next week's injury update, we might have to do that. Now, not a doctor, but Texas Drew is calling in about Zach Collins' finger. What's up, Texas Drew?
Hey, guys. I can actually vouch for Zach Collins because my son Matthew actually went through that. He got it. Of course, he's playing football. It's not basketball, but he got a cut on his pinky, and we thought nothing of it. And next thing you know,
oh no!
Was that CIA pop cutting off your phone?
Hold on.
What the hell was that? Your phone dropped, man. Just as soon as you said football.
Oh.
So he had a cut on his pinky finger. You thought everything was okay, and then what happened?
The wife took him to the doctor. Next thing you know, they ran a blood test. They kept him in overnight. By the next morning, the doctor said it's a serious infection. We have to go ahead and do surgery. Basically, what the surgery is, they cut almost all the way around his pinky on the outside. Had to let all that infection drain out and everything like that. When the surgery was over, the doctor came to us and said, if he had not come sooner, he would have lost his finger. So it's serious. The doctor said it could have been caused by the air. It could have been caused by anything could create that infection.
Interesting.
So they get a little bit of insight. Not a doctor, but a little bit of insight.
And he stayed overnight because of a finger.
It was just like a regular cut. Almost like it would just look a little paper cut.
So it sounds like he went to the dentist and had a tooth pulled, and because they just numbed him up, they didn't knock him completely out. You go to with all the outpatient procedures out there, the overnight hospital stay seems to be the most ridiculous. Although judging quotes Mooresborn. Sounds like he thought it was pretty stupid too.
Zach Collins thought it was stupid. Yeah. I mean, exactly. I think Nurse had a crush. Hey, let's keep him.
Really?
Let's keep him overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll give him a special dinner.
Lots of Jell-O.
Exactly right.
Oh, man. You know, Saturday is going to be one of those days that college football fans are not looking forward to. We will explain as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're dealing with any issues at the house with your plumbing, your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC at 210-651-5899. At Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, excuse me, residential or commercial. Maybe they do air ducts. They are the best company to call. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission, sales reps. They'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quartermoon, they are green certified. 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Alabama quarterback Bryce Young was in Houston today meeting with the Texans. Will they draft him at number 2? We'll find out. Giants running back Saquon Barkley says he's not going to sign that franchise tag before the Giants offseason program begins. Had a little big league baseball this afternoon. The Houston Astros beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 7-0. And tonight the Texas Rangers go for a 3-game sweep against the Kansas City Royals. 7:05 pitch from Globe Life Field. It's a game you can catch right here on your home for Texas Rangers baseball. San Antonio Sports Star. It all starts at 6:30 with the pregame show. The Blitz continues next.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone, America's #1 brakes destination. We have the pads, rotors, drums, shoes, and brake fluids to improve your stopping power. Right now, save 15% when you get any 2 Duralast rotors with a set of Duralast brake pads. Missing a tool? Ask about our free Loan-A-Tool program and borrow the tools you need to get the job done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2021. Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool.
Only 1 week left to file your taxes. But don't worry, Jackson Hewitt is racking up the assists. We guarantee your biggest tax refund and guarantee the accuracy of your return for life. So make a fast break to Jackson Hewitt. Our tax pros will get you filed or get you an extension before the deadline. Beat the clock and the crowds. Come in and file today. When every dollar matters, it matters who does your taxes.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No, we tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured, so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing in me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new place. Nothing is every day.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection, tuberculosis, doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, you could achieve 90% clearer skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
This is an important notice to consumers facing $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or other unsecured debt. You may not be required to pay it all back because there are special programs now in effect that will significantly reduce the amount you will owe if you qualify. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. These programs, which the credit card companies like to keep secret, exist to aid American consumers struggling with overwhelming credit card debt by offering tremendous savings and real debt relief. Accredited Debt Relief has established a special hotline for you to call and learn what savings you qualify for. They've helped qualify consumers with over $1 billion in debt and are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. So don't wait. Get the relief you need during these hard economic times. For this free information, call the Accredited Debt Relief Hotline now. Call 800-205-3400. 800-205-3400. 800-205-3400.
Ribs, burgers, chicken. Submit what you grilled or smoked, and you could win a $50 gift card from Tri-County Meat Market.
So good and tasty.
Grilling with the Blitz. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. On Friday, you can come hang out with us out at Texas Cheer Liquor number 3, which is Highway 90 in Montgomery. The Blitz will be live out there from 3 to 7. Lots of samples, giveaways, and Texas Cheer is going to raffle off a couple of bottles on site. Must be present to win, so we'll see you Friday afternoon at Texas Cheer Liquor number 3. Again, Highway 90 and Montgomery. Tomorrow on the Blitz, about 4:30, UTSA head football coach Jeff Traylor is going to join us.
Yep.
And one of the things that we'll talk about, I mean, spring football has been going on. They've got the spring game. But Saturday, the spring transfer portal window will officially open. In the winter window, which is a 45-day winter window from December 5th to January 18th, 1,325 FBS scholarship players entered the portal.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Now, the one that opens on Saturday is just a 15-day stretch that will give undergraduate players a chance to enter the portal prior to the start of the season. What I find interesting here is, you know, basically when you look at that 1,300 number, it's about 10 players per team.
Yeah.
Which doesn't seem like a lot, but it's massive.
No, of course it is. And depending on who those players are or were and, you know, how intense the recruiting process was for those players and to have them just walk out the door, this has got to be a nightmare for college coaches. I mean, I can't even imagine having to deal with this because you got to work every day, 7 days a week, 365 to try and keep your football team intact.
Imagine and I don't know what a traditional college coach's schedule really is, you know, but there's certain times where you get to go on vacation.
Well, of course.
If your spring game is on Friday, like UTSA,
yeah.
Saturday you could be on a plane to a beach.
You could be.
Right? Or maybe Sunday if you clean up some film or do whatever. But I would imagine starting Friday night at midnight or 11 p.m. because midnight Eastern, right through the 30th, not only are you working the portal to add to your team, but also working your roster to make sure you're able to keep the guys happy. Now, there are some that you are praying hit the portal. There are some that I would imagine they are just practice guys. They will never see the field. And it probably is better if they went somewhere else. And there's some like, dude, you can't play here.
Well, they're just a pain in the ass, right?
Yeah,
they're
but
not the player you thought they might be.
You know, and again, I mean, if you're a walk-on guy, you know you're a practice guy. If you are highly recruited and you just can't win a job, you know, hey, man, for your sake, head somewhere else for a chance to go play. I would imagine it works both ways. week or so do we hear the tampering, the
Yes,
because
you're
that's
gonna
not
hear
supposed
all
to.
of that.
We're going to hear all of that.
Of course you are. And look, Traylor has said as much on the show. It's not just coaches or trying to recruit players to come transfer and play for them. It's boosters that are promising money. It's all kinds of stuff, and there's all kinds of shenanigans going on. Multiple Power Five schools have people that are dedicated only to this. I can't imagine that UTSA has that.
No.
Maybe they have one person,
Maybe,
perhaps,
if
they're lucky, that are scouring rosters around the country of guys, or maybe we can pick him off or pick him off or pick him off. Or do they just spend all of their time just saying, we just got to protect what we have? And I would imagine that that's more difficult than, reaching out and trying to get some.
And again, depending on how many hit the portal. And I'm guessing if you didn't hit the portal in the winter, you didn't have a very good spring. Now, up in Austin, UT already knows they're going to lose at least 3 when the window opens up on Saturday. Sophomore wide receiver Brennan Thompson, redshirt freshman edge defender Derek Brown, and redshirt freshman linebacker Travell Johnson have already informed Steve Sarkisian of their decision to transfer once the portal opens up. And they're doing that before the Longhorns orange-white spring game there at the stadium.
Well, you can almost understand it for a school like Texas, where there's so much competition. These guys may have see the writing on the wall that, they're just not going to get much playing time and there's not much of a future. So you transfer to another school where you might be able to play a little bit more. That makes more sense to me than, say, a UTSA, where you've got to protect everything you've got. I mean, and you work your butt off recruiting these guys and bring them over here, build a program, and just to have them walk out the door because, well, they might not have liked how you looked at them one day, or you said good morning in a gruff tone. I mean, it seems a lot of these guys are that way, and it's really unfortunate, and obviously I'm not a fan of it.
Apparently you're crying a lot. Rudy J just hit the group chat.
Oh, is that right?
The crying going on for millionaire coaches on the Blitz right now. Where's Tiger with the pledge? Pull this crying for me tomorrow so I can destroy it. Come on. Come on, Rudy. You know the phone number. You can dial up those Kia Bosses Smoke Meats phone lines.
So I guess Rudy would just, doesn't matter, what he does or what coaches do or how hard they work. Players can just come and go as they please. So, you're going to have a football team this year or not? I don't know. They all might transfer. Maybe all my guys will walk out the door. Who knows?
I don't know.
I
don't know. Pledge call Rudy. We're going to talk to Rudy J next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
First, though, I got to tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. Oh, my goodness. It's spring, right? We're right in the middle of spring, and you just don't know what kind of weather is going to happen. It could be wind, rain, hail. You just don't know. So you need to keep Stevens Roofing number close by. 210-785-0994. You know what's going to happen. The next time we have a hailstorm, you get the trucks coming through your neighborhood, knocking on your door saying we're in the neighborhood, and well, we just want to help you out. They help you out and then they leave town. You never hear from them again. Don't do that. You want to call a company that's been in San Antonio and South Texas for a long, long time, and they ain't going anywhere. In fact, they've got a great saying: buy local, stay local, trust local with Stevens Roofing. And it is absolutely true. The professionals at Stevens Roofing repair and install all kinds of roofs. They do metal roofs, they do composition roofs, even commercial projects. And the best part about it is they're going to work with your insurance company. If you've got an insurance claim, let Stevens Roofing take care of that for you. It takes you right off your plate. Again, give them a call, 210-785-0994. They'll come out and check for any damage. They will give you an honest assessment. You can get them online at stevensroofing.net. But don't forget that saying: buy local, stay local, trust local with Stevens Roofing. Again, that phone number, 210-785-0994.
It's R&R in the morning. Tomorrow at 6.
Tomorrow on R&R in the morning, we're joined by RJ Ochoa, blogging the boys at 8:30.
Play-in playoffs continue. We'll get you ready. The party starts at 6.
R&R in the morning. Tomorrow at 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey guys, this is Keenan Thompson. I have a problem with you. Yes, you. None of y'all told me that Auto Trader has millions of new and used cars that I can shop from home. I thought we were friends. I put smiles on your face, but I'm not smiling. No one told me that with Auto Trader, a dealer can deliver cars to my home or that I could shop by price on Auto Trader. No one. Consider this friendship that you just learned we had officially over. Finally, it's easy. Auto Trader.
With your choice of select sandwich, nugs, fries, and a drink, Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag is your go-to. Your nugget wingman. Your hot and crispy fry co-pilot.
Just like us. We're like the bag boys.
What?
Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
For a deal you can count on, bet on Biggie and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Bag boys.
U.S. price of participation may vary. Includes choice of double-stacked JDC or crispy chicken sandwich with 4-piece nugs, junior fry, and small soft drink. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
At Lowe's, we're always bringing pros more ways to save on the brands you trust. Right now, buy a select DeWalt 12-volt bare tool starting at $119 and get a DeWalt 12-volt 2-pack battery free valued at $129. Plus, you'll always save big on job lot quantities when buying select building supplies in bulk. Because Lowe's knows savings, Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Lowe's reserves the right to limit quantities. Discount taken at time of purchase. Battery and charger not included with buy items. Valid through buy 3.
O'Reilly. Is your vehicle no longer stopping like it used to? Don't miss spring brake deals at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Our professional parts people will help you find the brake parts and supplies you need. Now through April 25th, get 15% off when you buy a set of Brake Best Select or Import Direct brake pads and 2 rotors. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
If you own a small business, you know the value of time. GetRefunds.com does too. That's why they've made it easy, no matter how busy you are, to apply for the Employee Retention Credit, or ERC. Go to GetRefunds.com to get started, and in less than 8 minutes, see if your business qualifies for ERC assistance. Your business may be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee kept on payroll during COVID-19. GetRefunds.com has already helped clients claim over $3 billion in payroll tax refunds through the ERC, and they may be able to help your business too. There's no upfront charge either. They don't get paid until your business gets its refund. Many businesses believe they won't qualify based on incomplete or outdated information. So don't let this opportunity pass you by, because this payroll tax refund is only available for a limited time. Go to GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com.
Hi, I'm Jason Thompson, and for more than 28 years, I've been helping people injured in auto, truck, and motorcycle collisions right here in San Antonio. Since I've been practicing law, there have been several Thompson law firms open up here in town, but there's only one Jason Thompson, and that's me. My number is 900-0400. Only people who have actually been in a traffic collision understand what a life-altering event it is. Your car's wrecked, the injuries, the pain, the limitations, loss of earnings. It's overwhelming. If you're in an accident, please call me as soon as you can after the collision, because I will get you through this. Insurance companies are not always honest. Hospital billing practices these days require review, scrutiny, and attention. I handle these complicated and frustrating issues for you so you can focus on your health and your recovery. My job is to make your life simple in this very complex time. If you've been injured in a traffic collision, call me, Jason Thompson, 210-900-0400, or find me on the web, alawyerforus.com.
This is Tim Spence, and you're listening to the home of the Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnick. Talking about the transfer portal. Rudy J chiming in on the group chat saying, pull this audio. I'm going to blow them boys up in the morning. Rudy. You can't text something like that and not expect us to call you. The great Rudy J joining us on the Buyers Barricade guest line.
Is he technically a guest, or is he's not technically a guest?
His show is 6 to 10. This is 3 to 7. Yeah, he's a guest today.
All right.
On the
look, first of all, we always, well, y'all don't, but I always hit y'all up during the chat. I didn't want to come on. Like,
dude, if you're going to blow us up, I mean, most of the time it's jokes and it's snark, but if you want to trash us in the morning, trash me to my face.
Time out, Jason. You and Joe, I hear y'all. I listen to the show. I'm a fan. Y'all blow players up all the time for not wanting to play, and they're getting all this money. Transfer is a part of your gig. We turn this in, and I love Coach Traylor. That is my guy. He loves me. He's told me. I love him. We turn this city upside down to find him a couple million. It comes with the job. Because if Xavier Worthy calls him today and says, hey, man, you know what? I kind of like San Antonio. I want to come down there. He's going to take him. It's a part of it. Why y'all hold their hand and cry for them? It's a part of it. They're getting paid a lot of money to handle this. And it works both ways.
Well, Traylor's getting paid a lot of money, but the folks that work for him aren't getting paid very much.
Oh, here we go.
Well, it's absolutely true. I mean, it's true, Rudy, and you know that. I mean, come on. This is not a Power 5 school. Look, transfer portal, if a coach leaves and gets another job somewhere else, I think every player on that team should be able to leave and go wherever they want to go. But if you're recruited, then what is wrong with a recruit coming in for a couple of years? I mean, seriously, why can there be a contract of some sort where you're not recruiting your butt off? You get a guy, and then you look at him wrong, and he wants to leave.
And that's part of the problem. My only problem, Rudy, with the transfer portal, I'm not a fan of the one at the end of the year, but I'm okay with the winter portal. The spring portal means you didn't have a good spring. You're not going to start, so you're going to quit this team and try to go somewhere else. I am not a fan of that one. And then what I see with the portal, Rudy, and one of the problems that I see with the portal with coaching friends is they get zero time off, and a lot of them are going to leave the profession because it's too much. It's too much. And when that happens, what are we going to do?
What do you mean, what are we going to do? There's going to be the next man up.
Hit the portal and find somebody else?
No, Jason. Okay, but this is and then correct me if I'm wrong. I thought you can do the portal once, and then after that, it goes back to the old rules where you have to sit out a year, right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, so, I mean, we acting like these guys can hit the portal every year. Like, are there a bunch of kids who hitting the portal? Absolutely. The thing about it is, once they turned it into a business, this is what comes with it, because I mean, you look at Angel Reese for LSU. She's like, I ain't in no rush to go to the WNBA. I'm making $1 million here at LSU.
Sure.
So, you know what I mean? So you chasing the bag and chasing the money, just like these coaches do. Speaking of chasing the bag, Cliff Kingsbury going back to USC, he signed with them, and then 3 hours later went to Arizona.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, and now he's back at USC. It's with Arizona's money in pocket.
You know what I mean? And then we got the Final Four just ended. I don't know how many college basketball coaches just left their team to go for the better job. I mean, that's what we're doing, right? We're trying to find a better place to get a better job. I just don't understand y'all being so butthurt for these coaches.
Well, so you bring up a good point there, Rudy. For a better job. These are college kids, for goodness sake. It is, and that's unfortunate. That's what I'm saying. So that's all I'm calling for. Look, don't call them college athletes anymore. They're pro football players.
Oh no, they're not. They're not. Once NIL hit, they're pros.
They're pros.
But
they're pros. So don't call it amateur athletics anymore. It's pro football.
Not all of them are getting paid, but I look at, like I said, if we're going to have a portal at the end of the football season, if you're done. You're done. If you go through spring ball and you hit the portal now, the next 2 weeks, that 15-day window that opens up on Saturday, it's the chaos that's going to come. And if you're a Jeff Traylor type, you're in the American now, you're at UTSA, you're worried about not that the kid isn't happy here, but somebody is illegally recruiting him and offering him a lot of money, which they're not supposed to do, to go somewhere else. Some of them they're going to be glad to see go, but that's the kind of stuff that is going to drive those coaches nuts over the next 2 weeks.
We love you, Rudy.
Love you too, man. And that's why, you know what I mean? That's why I feel like arguing with y'all. I don't get to argue with y'all much.
Talking about this, and I think people would enjoy it. It's somehow, some way, the four of us need to get together and have a little round table once a month or once every other, something like that, and just go over issues like this.
I think we're going to do that. I think that's actually in the oven, Joe.
So I hope so.
As long as it's in the afternoon and not the morning, we're okay with that.
But you do know, Joe, that we're all going to chip in since NFL tickets $500, and we picked your house. You do know that.
Right? No, I got that, and I'm okay with it because hey, Thompson will come once and he'll never come again. So I'm okay with it.
That's so true. And Jason's not going to come. He's going to be in Dallas in the suite. So
exactly.
It'll just be me and you.
So it'll be me and you, man. We'll have a good time, Rudy.
So you're going to get it for $250 each?
No.
Oh, Rudy's going to spend $500 to pay it to go watch at your house?
You and Thompson got to pay.
Well, why would I pay if I'm not going? Right?
Hey, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Right.
Love you, Rudy.
We're going to have this conversation again Friday out at Texas Cheer Liquor, 90 in Montgomery.
Yes, we will.
You know Rudy will show up there
sure
for that.
He will, of course.
Absolutely.
It's fun, man. That's fun. Look, contracts. It's time. All right, it's time.
Again, we'll talk about it. Jeff Traylor on the Blitz tomorrow at 4:30, and it certainly will be one of the topics. Look at that, Rudy. Rudy feels like I'm in the mornings again. We're late for Sports Center.
I know.
Yeah, we blame Rudy.
From the George Salinas Personal Injury Attorney Studios, this is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville. KTFM Floresville. San Antonio's Sports Center.
We had some big league baseball this afternoon. The Houston Astros took care of business in Pittsburgh. They knock off the Pirates 7-0. The Rangers are going for a 3-game sweep tonight against the Kansas City Royals. 7:05 from Globe Life Field. It's a game you can catch on your home for Texas Rangers baseball. That would be San Antonio Sports Star. It all begins at 6:30 with the pregame. How about Giants running back Saquon Barkley throwing down the gauntlet? Sort of. Says he's not going to sign that franchise tag before the Giants offseason program begins. The Blitz continues right now.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Got you for the next 30 minutes or so. We're out early today. Rangers baseball as they go for the sweep of the Kansas City Royals. They'll take over at 6:30. And it was fun talking with Rudy J from R&R in the morning.
It was.
And a buddy of mine who's also named Rudy Ramon from Artesia Springs, he said, Rudy's are so handsome is what he texted me. We should have put, and we're back to doing video on YouTube and Facebook Live.
Yeah.
So this would be on Pledge, our great producer, James Pledger. Rudy called in like that, and I know it was last minute, but he should have popped his picture up on the screen. The question is, would it have been a picture with him smiling?
Well, I don't know.
A flattering picture.
And how old was the picture? Because if it's an old picture, it would have been a different Rudy than the current Rudy. So it would have had to have been a new picture.
But do we have any new pictures? I mean, we recently took pictures, and the one they decided to put on the website of me and you sucks. I mean, they should really take that down to find an old picture.
Well,
or go no picture. I don't know, but and because you guys all listen to R&R in the morning, you don't listen to KJNZ with Max Kellerman and Keyshawn. But this morning, those guys, they had on Isaiah Thomas. And, Isaiah Thomas is talking on the phone and looks over at the TV and got all pissed off.
If Chris Paul wins a championship, and by the way, I'm looking at my picture. Come on, Keyshawn.
I don't.
Y'all doing that? Y'all doing
Zeke,
that to me?
Zeke, I don't.
Why don't you smile a little, Isaiah? Smile a little bit. What are you so sour about
that? I saw Max Kellerman's picture up there. I saw your picture up there. Y'all smiling. Y'all just had my man up there, who was doing the football. He was smiling.
Right.
This the picture y'all put up there, man?
That's
What
the
y'all
picture.
doing at ESPN to me?
Well, you got to talk.
Come on,
That's
man.
a bitter
That ain't
Isaiah
right.
Thomas,
that
I
ain't
see.
right.
Why don't you smile a little bit, Isaiah? What's wrong?
Come on. To be.
Dude, Isaiah Thomas got so upset he literally hung up in the middle of the interview.
He did,
because the producer tried to change the picture in the middle of the segment and went from bad to worse.
Well, now, what are they? Are they supposed to have just pictures of Isaiah Thomas hanging around?
Because they televised the show when he's on the phone, they make a full screen and your picture's on there. It was a headshot. They probably just Googled producer. I don't know if they used the same one every time.
I don't know.
But whatever it was, he wasn't smiling.
And he was very distracted by it. You could tell he was trying to answer the thing about Chris Paul, and then he's just like, man, I can't do it anymore.
It was interesting to say the least. But he wasn't smiling. But he went off and he blamed Keyshawn.
He did.
He blamed Keyshawn for it.
Oh, my goodness. You see what we have to put up with? See, people listening don't understand, right? You put the wrong picture up, people get upset with you.
Have you seen our picture on the website?
I have.
I'm not a fan of it.
No, I'm not either. But we're not putting it up anywhere other than the website, right? I mean, we don't have it shining here on our little screen.
See, the problem is we hired a professional photographer. Actually, let me rephrase that.
Wait a minute.
Problem is we didn't hire a professional photographer. In all of our photos, we spent all that time doing the photo shoot, but all the pictures had the little glare from the lights in my glasses.
I wonder who took those pictures.
It was Ernie. Ernie.
I know who it was. I wasn't going to call him out and throw him under the bus like that.
Your teammate?
Goodness gracious.
know?
That's why I wasn't going to throw him under the bus. Dude, you threw him right under the bus, man. And I mean, every wheel just ran right over him.
Ernie's better than that. He should know better.
Ernie's
right?
better.
He should know better. He's got all the equipment. And the sad part is he's taking pictures and then he looks at it on the screen. Yeah, these are good. What the hell was he looking at?
Well, dude, who put these up here? I mean, surely there's another picture.
I have no idea. It drives me nuts.
Well, you talk about a couple of goofs.
I mean,
yeah, that's us.
I mean, did you ever think Jimenez and Spence could look good? But look at their picture.
Well, they still don't look good. But
look at Rob and Rudy's picture.
Rob and Rudy's picture is solid. It really is.
Not as good as their first picture.
It's solid.
When Rudy first came over here, and I realized that was 50 plus pounds ago, so the picture had to change. But those pictures look solid. Rob looks like an English professor now.
You and I look like we don't know what the hell's happening.
Well, that's normal.
That's true. Maybe that's why they put it up.
Yeah.
Those two goofballs in the afternoon, they don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah. It makes no sense. Now look at Rudy. Rudy looks like he's just found out his kids have done something bad, and he's trying to figure out how he's going to handle that.
Rudy's a soft touch, man. His kids probably do whatever they not whatever, but he's a soft touch.
Okay.
Now, come on, Rudy is.
I'm gonna guess.
Would you be afraid of Rudy?
I've never seen Rudy mad.
Rudy's a teddy bear, man.
I've never seen Rudy mad, so I have no idea. And I think that's I mean a testament to him. In all these years we've never really seen Rudy mad.
I've never seen him mad.
Yeah, look at that picture of Jimenez and Spence.
I've never seen Rob mad. You fly off the handle a time or two, but
do I? When?
Well, it just
I mean,
every now and then
we have no idea, but yeah.
Rudy looks good.
Yeah, these pictures suck.
Yeah, well, just ours.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. That's the only one that matters.
Yeah, get a chance, go to ESPNSA.com and check out. Do you want to check out those pictures because Jason and I look, boy, yeah, we look a little confused.
I mean, look at the Greeny pictures. Well, of course.
Well, Greeny,
that's a professional photographer.
Exactly.
And then you look at ours, and we've got Ernie.
We got Ernie. We got Ernie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
We've got to get that fixed at some point.
Yeah, we will. I don't know. We've been crying about it since they put it up, and they haven't changed it.
Yeah, we cried once. We bring it up enough.
All right.
We bring it up enough. You know what we haven't really brought up yet, but excuse me, just put it up on the screen. Mike Jimenez from Jimenez and Spence went out to the Missions game last night.
Right.
He took some really great photos of David Robinson and Manu Ginobili.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he wrote a great article at ESPNSA.com that just shows the fangirl that he really is.
Right.
I mean, because it was such a fangirl piece on the website, the photos, but dude, it's Manu and it's David. I totally get it, right? But
sure,
total fangirl, right? All the media that was out there. Nolan Ryan does interviews. Reed Ryan does interviews. Manu and Dave did no interviews last night out at the opening of on opening night for the San Antonio Missions. A nice win by the San Antonio Missions. But all that media that was there, waiting to hear some sort of comments from David and from Manu. And those guys didn't talk.
Well, I got a call from a couple of friends of mine that are still in the TV biz, and they were very upset.
Yeah.
Apparently they waited through the 6th inning because they thought it was going to happen, and it never happened. And I'm surprised at those two guys, honestly, that they didn't, they couldn't give the media 5 minutes. I get it's kind of a pain in the butt, but still, you stand there for 5 minutes, explain, just talk. It's happy that nobody's going to ask them any controversial questions.
Well,
so it's disappointing.
In a lot of ways, yes. I mean, because Manu talked to the crowd, and I know David was part of the first pitch celebration. The whole idea, but again, like David's a straight up businessman now,
right?
But Manu, why did he decide to invest? I mean, and the only thing I thought of, and just spitballing, because the Missions PR guy, from, you and I both heard from a variety of media friends that were saying, dude, I can't believe that those guys didn't talk. What's up? Were they worried they were going to get a Spurs question? But they're both pros. They would have handled it with class, and it would have been all about the Missions. It was a little surprising that those guys didn't talk.
Yeah, I was because I didn't know that, because Jimenez didn't mention that. He was just, happy.
I don't think Jimenez realized that those guys didn't talk because he was too busy looking at the photos that he took.
Maybe so. No, but he did, because I called him today after I got a couple phone calls, and he said, yeah, well, this, and this. But he didn't care. He got his pictures. He's all drooling over Manu and David there, and he didn't really care. But those guys did. And look, if you're in the TV business, you're going out there for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you want to get the shots like Jimenez got, but you want to hear from these guys. And I am still curious, and I haven't heard a newspaper story or any kind of story as to why Manu Ginobili decided to invest in a baseball franchise. I mean, that seems kind of out there from Manu, but maybe it's not. I'd like to hear it from him. Why did he do it?
I mean, aside from the obvious, it's San Antonio, it's sports. There's money in that. I mean,
how much?
It's like Tony Parker. Well, a lot. But like, when they build a new stadium, it's like Tony Parker having basketball teams all over the place, or, Tom Brady buying into the WNBA or owning a pickleball team. I mean, it happens. I get that, but it clearly puts roots in San Antonio for Manu, but you do want to hear it from him. And just to hear from Manu, I mean,
sure, that's the thing. I mean, people would love to hear from Manu Ginobili at any time, talking about anything.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just that popular. And so I'm surprised. I was really surprised when I heard that. I mean,
and it's not like those two, David and Manu, seem to always be willing to talk. If it were Tim Duncan, well, we understand.
Yeah.
You're Tim. Tim,
he doesn't like talking.
He doesn't like it. Manu, I don't know, has ever met a microphone he didn't like.
Well, I mean, and I don't know if it's that, Jason, so much as he just always understood we had a job to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he was always very gracious with that, always. And you always love talking to Manu Ginobili. So that's why it really surprised me. And I was a little disappointed because I really wanted to hear from Manu. And I know he addressed the crowd there at the Wolf, But, you know how TV stations are, radio stations. It's like the people that weren't at the Wolf would like to hear from you as well. That's kind of the extension that the media provides.
And the idea that the PR staff for the missions kept saying, okay, we think it's going to happen here. We think it's going to happen. All right, well, it's not going to happen. But, I mean.
Disappointing,
you know,
for sure.
A little fangirl. As a guy that used to be a professional photographer, the photos that he got were fantastic.
Wait a minute, you were a professional photographer?
I was.
Really?
Did photography in the Navy and in my newspaper time.
Well, why the hell didn't you take the PR photos?
Because we weren't doing selfies.
Well, you could have taken everybody else's. We could have had a cardboard cutout of you standing there by me. That would have been good.
Sure. Dude, I haven't done photography work at that level. Like all the new stuff. I'm old school SLR, develop your own film kind of stuff.
Dude, I've known you for over 30 years, and I had no clue that you were a professional photographer at one time.
Yeah. Public affairs in the Navy.
Well, there you go.
Newspaper.
How about
photographer.
That? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Learn something new every day.
Every day you learn something new. That's why I write so much at ESPNSA.com. It's in the blood, and it's not
in
a
the
challenge.
blood, right? Yeah,
exactly. We'll talk some NBA play-in games as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're shopping for a new vehicle, go see my friends at Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira I-10 Auto Complex. Very easy for me to tell you about and recommend Ancira because I am a longtime Ancira customer, and it's because of their great customer service before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. That great customer service is why Ancira has been a top family-run dealership in San Antonio for decades. They're going to make sure you're getting the vehicle you want with the options and features that you're looking for. They'll give you great value on your trade-in. And you know price made Ancira number one. Price keeps Ancira number one. So think Ancira. Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck. Part of the Ancira I-10 Auto Complex on I-10 West between Wurzbach and Huebner.
It's R&R in the morning. Tomorrow at 6.
Tomorrow on R&R in the morning, we're joined by RJ Ochoa, blogging the boys at 8:30.
Play-in playoffs continue. We'll get you ready. The party starts at 6.
R&R in the morning. Tomorrow at 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio is charging ahead, bucking the competition, grabbing opportunity by the horns, and watch us be relentless. This is your team. Experience more football. Experience XFL. Your San Antonio Brahmas take on the Orlando Guardians at the Alamo Dome, Saturday, April 15th at 6 p.m. Tickets on sale now. Visit xfl.com/tickets.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson for Tri-County Meat Market, your locally owned full-service meat market. Tri-County has 2 great locations, Huebner Road and Ralph Fair, stocked full of everything you need to up your grilling game. You're looking for the perfect cut of beef, they've got it, and if they don't have it, they'll cut it for you. Roast chicken, prepare foods, they've got it. The 5 for $25 is always in play. If you're a first responder, 10% off the best meat you're going to find. Tri-County Meat Market. Head over to either location, put some good meat on the grill, and thank me later.
Gold and other precious metals stand the test of time and can help you diversify your portfolio. Jason Minix here for Noble Gold Investments. Physical assets like gold and silver have weathered countless financial storms. You have seen what has happened to some banks recently. Gold is the most stable asset outside of any government control. At Noble Gold Investments, they help protect your financial future by offering a secure and convenient way to invest in physical precious metals, rare coins, or a gold and silver IRA. Gold, silver, and other precious metals will always protect against market fluctuations. At noblegoldinvestments.com, learn how investing in precious metals help guard against inflation, hedge against the dollar, and so much more. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com. Use promo code STAR to get a free 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin with each gold or silver IRA if you qualify. noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com.
San Antonio professional boxing is on another level. SA Sports Star is proud to announce our partnership with Davies Entertainment for Viva La Brawl. Mark your calendars, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo at the Techport Arena to see San Antonio's very own Castaneda brothers, Kendo and Jairo Castaneda, headline a card that features Brown Navarez versus Daniel Heinen, Destiny Jones versus Brittany Ordonez, and more. San Antonio boxing like you've never seen. Davies Entertainment, Viva La Brawl coming Cinco de Mayo at the Boeing Techport Arena. Buy tickets now at daviesentertainment.com.
Are you ready to party with a purpose? Taste of the Northside is Tuesday, April 25th from the Security Service Event Center. It's the most exclusive Fiesta event hosted by Brighton Center and presented by HEB. Yes, like over 25 premier restaurants. Get your tickets at tasteofthenorthside.org. Proceeds benefit Brighton Center, the largest nonprofit in San Antonio, serving children with disabilities through pediatric therapy and education initiatives.
Only 1 week left to file your taxes. But don't worry, Jackson Hewitt is racking up the assists. We guarantee your biggest tax refund and guarantee the accuracy of your return for life. So make a fast break to Jackson Hewitt. Our tax pros will get you filed or get you an extension before the deadline. Beat the clock and the crowds. Come in and file today. When every dollar matters, it matters who does your taxes.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Pennzoil Platinum can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP Extended Life oil filter for only $37.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Tomorrow on R&R in the Morning, we are joined by RJ Ochoa of Blogging the Boys, and we talk NBA playoff / play-in / play-out. Now, back to the Blitz. Jason, Joe, we're going to pitch in some money, and we're all going to watch the NFL ticket at Joe's house on Sundays. Hope y'all are ready.
Why did they pick your house?
I don't know.
I think they did.
They did this morning, yeah, because I think it was Rob's house first, and then Rob made it clear that that's a compound and you don't get in there. So I guess it was just mine.
Good.
We'll see. See what you guys pitch in, and we'll go from there.
I'm already gonna have it.
Well, dude, you can't already have it. We're all teammates here, and so you got to either get on board or not, and you need to get on board.
I mean, but you realize that, that's every Sunday at your house, right?
Right.
So you could save the money on getting the package.
Well, exactly.
But you're going to host everybody every week.
Well, dude.
So you're going to have Rob, who will come for the first week and then forget.
He'll forget.
Rudy J will be there every week.
That's fine.
Tim Spence has nothing else to do, so he'll be there every week.
Oh, wait a minute. Spence is included?
Michael
Jimenez too?
Michael Jimenez is going to show up every week because he gets to go to Joe Reinegel's house. James Pledger is going to show up.
Well, that'd be all right.
Well, yeah, it's fine, but that dude eats a lot. Trust me.
Well, he does.
He eats a lot.
Yeah,
right.
I've seen him in action.
He eats a lot.
Yeah.
And somehow he'll end up with the remote and you'll watch more Texans football than you knew was possible, right?
No, that won't be happening.
And he doesn't travel alone, right? So, think about that. And then all of a sudden, and then Edwin, although you wouldn't know he was there, but then, and then you look at, let's see, who else is there?
That's it.
Is that it?
Ernie? That's it.
Ernie?
Well, it depends on how Ernie plays on the 22nd.
Golf?
So, yeah.
Golf.
So we'll see. We'll see how good he is.
Just thinking.
How much he pitches in.
You're going to have to clear this with the wife.
Yeah, it ain't happening. I'm just telling you that right now. So, but, it's great content.
So you think Maggie would make this a no?
I think Maggie would be fine for like every now and then, but every Sunday?
Every Sunday.
Yeah, no.
And Rudy gets up early. So he's going to show up hungry by 9.
Yeah.
And get all the pregame shows done.
Yeah, it's probably not happening.
And then he'll control the TV on the patio because he'll be outside with a cigar.
Well, that's where everybody will be.
Yeah.
We'll be in the house.
You never know.
Be outside on the patio.
You never know when it gets cold.
Well, we'll still be out there.
When it's hot.
I have some heaters.
What about when it's hot?
Dude, it ain't happening, so it doesn't matter. How about that? It ain't happening.
So you've just uninvited Rudy?
Rudy can come. You know,
20 minutes ago, you told Rudy on the air you were down.
Well,
it's on tape.
Here's what's happening.
Uh-huh.
I don't really want to get the ticket because the Cowboys I can watch.
Uh-huh.
I can watch the Texans pretty much anytime. So I really don't care.
Unless Ken Stevie says we're not carrying you.
Well, exactly. So, I get the red zone. I'm happy with that.
Well, I think we're all happy with that.
So I don't need to, shell out $500 for the NFL ticket.
See, I do, because there's going to be 3 damn Seattle Seahawks games that Sunday and want to watch.
Well, there you go.
See, I always try to get her to work on Sundays during the NFL season.
And so,
I would rather her go make money than go spend money.
Because I know how you are. You're going to try and move this thing to your house so you can get all of us to pay for it.
See, that's not true.
No, it is true.
That's not, because I already plan on paying for it.
And I don't want to watch any crappy Seattle games.
I don't blame you.
No.
It ain't good. Problem is, Cowboys got a lot of primetime games, so you've got those Sundays where they're either Sunday night or Monday night. And so, I could go red zone, but I do like watching full games. But a lot of times I'll watch red zone.
I just don't, with what we do here now, I'm a convert of sorts.
You're a Cowboy fan.
Well, yeah. I wouldn't say fan necessarily.
What's on your shirt right now?
What's Miller Lite?
And what's the star next to it?
Well, there's a star. It's a freebie. It's a free shirt, Jason.
Is it not a Dallas Cowboy shirt?
It is.
It is.
It is. But I have to know what the hell they're doing.
Yes.
So I can come in here on Monday and complain about Dak Prescott.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I got to do.
That's the most closeted Cowboy fan thing I've ever heard.
Look, I won't lie to you. I've always been a closet Cowboy fan because
now you're out of the closet.
Well, they're good for business.
Yes.
And the better the Cowboys do, even when they do crappy, it's great.
Yes.
It's great content. It was great for me on TV. It's great here on the radio.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I guess if you want to say I'm a Cowboys fan, sure. I'll go with that.
Yes, you're going to go with that. You're a Cowboy fan.
Okay.
I mean, dude, we were in Oxnard. You went shopping in the Cowboys team tent, that store thing they've got set up.
I am a big fan of Jerry Jones.
Yes.
I like Jerry.
You like giving him your money.
I like Jerry.
It's all good.
Yeah. Well, I think I came out better in that deal than he did. I bought a shirt.
Yeah.
Then I drank and ate all on him. So I think I'm way ahead.
The reality is you're going to get that same food and drink whether you bought a shirt or not.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I'll remember that next year.
Yeah. Hey, we've got some San Antonio Brahmas tickets to give away. A 4-pack of tickets to see the Brahmas Saturday night against the Orlando Guardians. Kickoff in the Alamodome set for 6 o'clock. We'll give them to, you mentioned Dak Prescott, caller number 4 right now. You like that pledge? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 4, you're going to win those Brahmas tickets. If you don't win them, you can always buy them. XFL.com/tickets.
When are they playing? It's Saturday?
Saturday at 6.
Saturday at 6.
Saturday at 6. Rudy J is just now in the group text. It's Jason's house. It is. No, it ain't. Rudy, you're always welcome at my house.
Absolutely. And you're welcome at mine as well. So
it just isn't going to be that kind of a party. See, and that's the great thing about Rudy. Anytime I'm got anything on the grill, I'll hear from him. I'll tell him to come over, and he never shows up.
Well, we need to have I do want to have you guys over, and we'll have a little football party as the season gets started.
Sure.
I'll even cook.
Okay.
I don't know if you could stand that or not because you're going to want to be getting up there doing it. But
no, dude. I mean, your grill, your house, you do your thing.
Get a nice keg from Texas Cheer Liquor.
We could do that as well.
Absolutely. So we'll have a good time.
We'll be at Texas Cheer Liquor this Friday, 3 to 7. Texas Cheer Liquor number 390 and Montgomery. Chicago trailing Toronto right now, 15-12 in the play-in tournament. Later tonight, we've got Oklahoma City and New Orleans. Winner of this Bulls-Raptors game will get the Heat on Friday. The T-Wolves will get the winner of OKC and New Orleans also on Friday.
Yeah, loser of this game's out. Loser of the next game's out. So
the only thing I like about the play-in is the one and done
part
of the playoffs.
I wish they could make the playoffs that way. I really do, because that's the beauty of the college basketball tournament.
Yep.
You lose, you're done.
I do like in the play-ins, one and almost done if you played last night. Tonight, loser goes home.
True.
Get some good basketball.
Well, let's hope
what
so.
we need.
That's all we want, right?
Got some good baseball coming up. The Texas Rangers, they're going for the sweep of the Kansas City Royals. That game, pregame, gets going right now on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Follow Jason at Jason Minutes and Joe Reinagle at Joe Reinagle 210 and day.com.
And that's the way it is.
KTFM Floresville.
Love this radio station.
Radio and on the ESPN app. This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Right now in the NBA play-in tournament, win or go home on ESPN TV and radio. Game 1 of a doubleheader tonight. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Raptors lead the Bulls 15-14. That'll be followed by a Western Conference play-in game between the Thunder and the Pelicans in New Orleans. Arkansas freshman Anthony Black announced on NBA Today that he will enter the draft. Black was second-team All-SEC after averaging 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists this season. Baseball, the Rays trying to extend their perfect start to 12-0, and they lead the Red Sox 3-0 going to the 4th inning now in Tampa. Earlier today, the Yankees and Guardians tied at 3 in the 9th in Cleveland.
That one is driven to right field. Going back is Brennan, turning, looking, and it is off the wall. Torres will score easily. It's a big RBI single for Cabrera, and the Yankees take the lead 4-3.
Michael Kay on the Yes Network, and that was the final on Oswaldo Cabrera's game winner. Yankees manager Aaron Boone ejected in that game in the first inning. Other finals today, the Astros shut out the Pirates in Pittsburgh 7-0. Corey Jelks with his first major league home run. When the new college basketball season tips off on November 6th, the South Carolina women's team will play Notre Dame in the opener in Paris. It'll be the first college basketball game in Paris, which is also hosting next year's Summer Olympic Games.
Coming up Thursday, as we march closer to the NFL draft, could the Texans really pass on taking a franchise quarterback with the second pick overall? Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, 6 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, ESPNU.
You're in the 06010.
Let's move forward to Jacob's question. Mike, I'll go to you here because you're old. Which older player should we expect to see drop-offs in production from?
This is, it's funny. He's not old, but it almost feels old to me because he had 400 touches last year, which is Josh Jacobs, right? Like, he's not an old back at all, but he's the guy I'm like most worried about because you just seem like you age so much when you touch the ball that often, and history shows a drop off there. So also, like, other running backs that have been elite the past 5 years are all 27, 28, 29. Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, Aaron Jones, Dalvin Cook. Like, all those guys are nearing that cliff, and I'm a little nervous about them. And then the other one I just want to make fun of or give Field a hard time is Travis Kelce, 33 years old. Is this the year he starts to slip?
Wow. Mike, I am not going to rank him like he is expected to slip much this year. I just think from a process standpoint, I was just going through some wide receiver work this morning, and as I was looking at some of the players that are in like that top 20 to 25 consideration, there are a couple of wideouts that, based off of how they performed last season when they played, plus what the current depth chart of the team that they are on for right now looks like.
I think I know where you're going with this.
DeAndre Hopkins and Keenan Allen, two wide receivers where it's like, there are a lot of boxes that they currently check that you love. I mean, Keenan Allen especially, because there's quarterback stability and he's going to be there in Los Angeles. DeAndre Hopkins, who was top 9 in fantasy points per game amongst wide receivers last year because he had 96 targets in 9 games. But who's the quarterback? What's the offense look like? It's an entirely new offense, and will he be there? We don't know. So those are a couple of wide receivers where age is the most disconcerting factor right now understanding that other things could flip between now and the start of the season.
Yeah, one thing I'll say about Keenan Allen is, and keep in mind, when he was a full go last year, he was the number 3 scoring fantasy receiver. He was really good, heavily targeted. The guys that seem to hang on the longest in terms of fantasy relevance are the slot guys, right? The short range guys, and that is Keenan Allen more so than a DeAndre Hopkins or another guy I'll add on here who's not. I think he turns 30 this year or is 29. Mike Evans. Right, the quarterback situation there. Tampa Bay's rebuilding. He's a guy. Just the role he plays makes me a little bit nervous. So I don't. He's low in my rankings. He feels uncomfortably low.
This next question comes from Charles and Stefania. This is one that obviously has a very important health tie. How high should I draft Jamison Williams?
Yeah, it's a good question. Why are you shaking your head?
Not high.
Yeah.
I think the answer is not high. Outside of the medical stuff, which I want to hear about you from, Stefania, we saw like 4 plays from him last year, and it's really hard to be able to just project anything other than excitement about that player.
Yeah, well, I think, he's going to be a deep threat, but how much is he going to be a wide receiver too, which is my guess.